Hello, Instagram Live. Hi, Facebook and YouTube. We have an amazing show for you. Happy Thursday. The weekend is right around the corner. We have a great show for you today. Unfortunately, Queen Latifah just lost her mom, and we just wanted to start the show not just on what happens when you lose a mom or have you lost a mom or a dad, but if you've ever lost anyone, if there's what loss sort of means to you. We're trying to figure out the different ways that people deal with loss and grief. Queen Latifah was exceptionally close to her mom. Her mom would accompany her on the red carpets, sometimes with a nose oxygen tube. She had a very bad heart condition, and for the last years of her life, Queen Latifah was taking care of Rita Owens, who is her mom, and would go back to the house in New Jersey and basically be a caregiver. I've grown up as a caregiver my whole life to my mom. She has an enzyme metabolic deficiency disorder. Yeah, say that 3 times fast. And so I very much sympathize and empathize with those that have to take care of a parent. So we're just looking to hear stories and hearing from you guys and what loss meant and what you learned from loss. I'm studying Buddhism and loss. There's a lot to be learned from loss. It isn't just a whole. There's a lot of juicy information you can gather about yourself that's helpful in the long run and can help impact your life. So I just want to read this. Florence Flori Sortina LaPaglia. I miss my dad every day. Not a day goes by I don't think about him. Lorraine Jones, my heartfelt condolences to the family. Shanta Miller, greetings from sunny Gulfport, Mississippi. Hey there, Shanta. My mother is still living, but I lost my father in 2003. It still hurts, but God is able to heal. I miss my mom. I'm so sorry to hear that Queen Latifah lost her mom. My thoughts and prayers. Tina Holloway, Teal. The relationship between Latifah and her mother was obviously close. I love the scenes of 2 of them together on Living Single, as well as Kim Fields and her mother. Both of the ladies were fortunate to be able to work with their mothers and will now forever share their love of the world. R.I.P. Miss Rita Owens. Kathy Haney says, I lost my dad 39 months ago. I still mourn him. Seems like yesterday. We were sorry for Dana, Queen Latifah Owens' mother, to pass away. She's in a better place in the great stage in the sky. And so a lot of you are writing in, and there's something about loss, especially when it's a parent, that it's sort of one of the only pure things left. There's no politics about it. There's no, you're on one side, I'm on the other side, you're in one country, I'm in another country, you don't speak this language. We all speak that language of grief. We all speak that language of loss. And we're kind of just asking for feelings and how you got through it. I've dealt with loss of not, thankfully, my mom or dad, but close family, friends and relatives, and it's devastating. And it takes a while to get back, and I know that if you push yourself a little too hard, you can jumpstart yourself into sort of a, I'm not ready. You've got to feel really, really ready. You've got to take long walks. You've got to give yourself something called self-compassion, which is rare for women and men to do in the Western Hemisphere. In the East, where you see more Buddhism, self-compassion is more of a normal protocol. But in this situation, self-compassion and being gentle with oneself, and in Buddhism they say, like a mother bird to a baby bird, like a feather to a bubble, that gentle, that particularly sweet to yourself. So for all those that are dealing with loss, I just want to give you my condolences and say that I'm holding space for you and I'm supporting you, and that you should be very, very gentle with yourself and compassionate, because it's not easy, and it takes a lot of time, and sometimes it takes longer than you ever think. And it's not just loss in terms of a death. If there's been a divorce, if you've had a pet that you're particularly close with, loss affects us all in very different ways. If you lost a job, lost a house. So we're just trying to hear more situations of what did you guys do and how did you deal with the loss. So again, if you're just joining us, hi guys, hi on Instagram, hi Facebook, YouTube. Queen Latifah, who was particularly close with her mom, Miss Rita Owens, passed away from a very long heart condition. They were often on TV together and on the red carpet together, and she was in a lot of pain, and Queen Latifah was a caregiver for a long time, and she said she's finally in a better place. But we were just asking for comments on how you guys deal with loss. Ellis Walker, I miss my dad and my aunt every day. Annie Bloom, seeing how hard my mom and dad work to keep our house running will have to deal with me, and I still live at home. It's even harder. She just lost her father on Tuesday. I'm so sorry, Annie. April Pageantkoff says, I lost my dad 6 months ago. Very hard. My family is helping me cope. I have been taking care of my mom now. That leads me to another point, caregiving. Not easy. I've been there when my mom doesn't know who I am, doesn't know she's my mom, doesn't know who my dad is, and sounds crazy trying to pull out catheters. I mean, I've been there in the ICU, and you really don't have a parent-child relationship anymore. It's just love, trying to make that person feel better. And it's scary, and it's icky, and it's uncomfortable. And I just want to let you guys know we've all been there for you. And a lot of people who are watching during the daytime for daytime shows happen to be caregivers or sick. So I just want to give a shout out to anyone out there that's really helping anyone else. It means a lot when you hold space for someone that's sick, because even though my mom didn't know who I was, she was glad I was there, if that makes sense. Roxy McCoy Lockman, Instagram. I lost my dad 2/17/17, still grieving. Roxy, we're so sorry. We're sending all of our love. It's very, very difficult. Sherry D. Moore, that's so true, and you can't allow people to tell you that you shouldn't grieve or how long you should, because that's your individual thing that you have to go through yourself. Tammy Gibson, I just want to take a moment to talk about this with Sherry D. Moore saying that, yeah, in Buddhism, there isn't a length, there isn't a boundary when it comes to grief or loss, and it doesn't mean that loss can't be part of when you're happy. Does that make sense? I know that's a little confusing, but you can be satisfied and content and happy and still have a part in your heart and your soul which feels lost, and you don't have to shove that feeling down, which I think in America we tend to do. Bad feelings, don't cry, don't cry. Crying gets the sad out. That's from Free to Be You and Me, which is a great album when I was growing up. But there's nothing wrong with exposing and expressing and being very gentle. There's a word called Maitri. I got you. It's M-A-I-T-R-I, Maitri, like my tree, right? In Sanskrit, it means unconditional friendship with oneself. Very weird concept for me, but very useful in the grieving process and caregiving process. Karen G, my mother's still around, and I'm thankful for her each day. She's my best friend despite some teenage tough years. We all had that. Tammy Gibson, I lost my oldest brother in a car accident. I miss him every day, but I have faith in God, and that helped me, and I know he's in heaven, and I would trade places with him in a minute. He had a daughter. And, you know, if you do have a brother or you're an aunt, and it's sort of, a lot of people don't want to talk about it or bring it up. I realized that it was sort of this hard thing to, so it was really hard to discuss what to bring up. And sometimes the best thing is, I'm just going to hold space. Do you want to talk about it? Do you want to talk about your mom, even if it's been 10 years, 15 years? Do you want to talk about it? It's been 2 months, whatever it is. Tell me a story about your mom. Tell a story about your brother. Tell me a story so that they're there with you all the time. Barb Hoover, I'm so sorry for your loss. My mother passed in '98. I still want to hold and hug her every day. Isn't there something about the smell? Like my grandma passed, and it's like certain smells, like opium perfume, or a certain sweater, or a certain music comes on, and you're just right there. And I would say, and this is me being studying as a Buddhist, not enlightened at all, but trying, is that accept those moments and cherish those moments. I always talk about my mom being the Jewish mom that wants me to have children, and someone wrote me a message on Instagram and was like, you should be very lucky because your mom supports you, and my mom never supported me. And I called my mom that day and said, I'm very, very, very lucky. So it's Hot Red 78, sorry guys. I'm a caregiver. It's not easy. Thanks for mentioning us. Yeah, I really want to make that point because my mom didn't walk for like 20 years, and then they discovered an enzyme that she gets to this day once a week with a home nurse, and it's an IV. And me and my sister have grown up as a caregiver. She was very ill our entire childhood, in wheelchairs, in NIH, at the hospital, at Mass General, and you become a different person when you're a caregiver. There is a sense of hardness that you've got to keep yourself together for this person, and what I really struggle with is not letting that hardness sort of take over, letting that hardness become open. There's another Buddhist saying, sorry I'm being so Buddhist about this with you, but it has helped me deal with grief a lot. They say, you are the sky and everything else is just the weather. So when you think you're closing down, you actually are a huge amount of space, and things will move past you. So just breathe in space sometimes is the best thing that you can do. Sharon Greenspan, you only have one real mom, and she has lost her in the here and now, so grieve as long as you need. Absolutely. I find grieving to be fundamentally interesting. You can become curious about your grief. You can become habitually kinder to oneself during your grief. Grief doesn't have to be, although it is a devastation, there's things to be learned, and if you're curious, there's sort of a step away from that awareness. So I've tried to do that. I've tried to remember I'm as big as the sky. I can't run out of space. And that whatever comes in is just going to be the weather. It's going to pass. It's not easy. This is not easy. This is especially not easy in like a waiting room at a hospital or a waiting room in with your children and you're watching them go through something other than that. That's why I did a therapy dog and we worked in Cedars-Sinai, because a dog literally can make someone, a caregiver, feel better. And I wouldn't just go to the patients, I'd go to the doctors and the nurses because they also need it. So I'm for anyone out there that is dealing with loss, I'm helping you out. And write in. We're going to have a great show. It's not all about loss, but I just wanted to give my love. So we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys. Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Thursday, March 22nd, and we are the only live show that covers what you're talking about right now. Never before seen surveillance video of the Las Vegas gunman before the massacre. Every moment, every interaction caught on camera. Plus, your first look at Stormy Daniels' 60 Minutes appearance. How much damage could she really do? And could you be fined on the spot for sexual harassment? Let's get started. I'm going to toss it down to Sam Shocker. Sam?
Thank you so much, Tori. We are live, and I'm here with Al Jackson, Jeff Schroeder, and Erica Cobb. Let's get right to it because we have new surveillance video footage of the Las Vegas gunman, and it's just been released. The New York Times just published the video of the last 7 days of Stephen Paddock. It shows mundane tasks. Look at this, like checking in, gambling, eating sushi, and there he is buying snacks. But it also shows how hotel staff unknowingly aided him bringing in bag. Look at that. I can't even keep my eyes off of it. Right? Bag after bag after bag. 21 bags in total to his suite. And of course, we know building an arsenal, preparing for that mass shooting. I could barely read the teleprompter. I was so glued to seeing that footage, even though I had already seen the full video prior. Terrifying.
That he could just go on with his day like a normal person, knowing what he's going to do later in that day.
Oh, talk to people while he's having sushi, talking to the staffers, because remember, he was a regular at this hotel.
Right. I think it just goes to show, I mean, much like we talk about the gun conversation, everyone is a responsible gun owner until they aren't. You know, everyone is just like us and having a normal day until the day that they decide to snap. What really bothers me about this footage is everyone's so shocked by it. And it makes me think, like, how often do we retrace the steps of other people who are domestic terrorists who don't look like Stephen Paddock? You know, they look brown, they wear turbans, they are having all these social indicators that they are the enemy. Today, I listened to a morning news program, and it referred to the Austin bomber as a disturbed young man.
Wow.
If that boy was brown, we'd be having a totally different conversation. So maybe we should start looking at what's normal and saying that none of this is normal and that anyone can be a domestic terrorist, and we should be paying attention to all of the clues.
Despite the color of your skin.
Exactly.
Or whatever religion.
Exactly.
Thank you. We're just days away. We're going to move on. We're just days away from CBS airing the interview with Stormy Daniels. That's right. In a segment set up to air this Sunday, the adult film star talks with Anderson Cooper, of course, about the relationship she says she had with Mr. Trump in 2006 and 2007. Now, they just released the teaser. Take a look, and then we'll talk.
Hey, nice to see you. Thanks for doing this. Have a seat. I guess I'm not 100% sure on why you're doing this.
That's the teaser. That's it, folks.
No, I
That
think it
just
got
seemed
cut
like,
off.
I thought we did a bad job of editing on DBL, but our editors are awesome, so it couldn't have been us. Please tell me there was more to that.
No, absolutely not. That was the teaser.
I mean, I'm on TV. I don't know how to produce TV, but I know it's not that. You want people to come on and look and be like, I can't wait for that interview. I said it the first time she went on. First of all, beat it, Stormy Daniels. It's going to be the exact same thing.
That's actually the name of her 4th movie.
It's going to be, I know, respect. But it's going to be, honestly, I know a lot of people are young here, but when Geraldo Rivera went to Al Capone's vault and nothing was in there, it's just a tease. I can't wait. Nothing.
So is this an indication that the interview is going to follow suit? It's going to be pretty much
We
all
learned
fluff?
nothing. We assumed, even if you had never seen the footage, that they sat across from each other and he asked her a question. So I don't know what we were supposed to gain from that. That felt like it was a waste of people's time. But it is letting people know that's what I'm saying.
And we're talking
it's still
about
letting people know the interview's happening, and we're going to watch it. So let's be honest.
And perhaps she will show some evidence. And
Cool.
then
You give me the Cliff Notes, because I will not be watching.
wow, that's a
You
strong
know you're
statement.
gonna be watching.
Watch what?
You're gonna
an hour
watch.
of nothing?
Jeff, you're gonna do
gonna
what
watch.
men do. Like Jordan's gonna have it
not
on,
gonna
and you're
watch.
just gonna be walking in and out of the room. You're gonna watch it.
Get real.
Got to move on to the next topic. It has come to this. This is sad. I woke up to the news that President Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden trading playground insults, threatening to beat each other up. Joe Biden started it on Tuesday. Take a look.
We were in high school. I'd take you behind the gym and beat up. I've been in a lot of locker rooms my whole life. I'm a pretty good athlete. Any guy who talked that way was usually the fattest, ugliest in the room.
Today, the president responded, tweeting, quote, crazy Joe Biden is trying to act like a tough guy. He doesn't know me, but he would go down fast and hard, crying all the way. Don't threaten people, Joe. This is embarrassing and sad and pathetic.
On both sides. On both sides,
of course.
embarrassing.
Yeah, of course.
This is our country. This is our president and vice president. It's laughable, but it's disgusting and embarrassing for our country.
Trump using the phrase "crazy Joe" that's only for one man, and that's lean on me. All right, Joe Clark, who turned around East Side High School. That's the only crazy Joe. All right.
Oh, man.
Shout out Morgan Freeman.
See, I hate the fact that anytime someone else jumps into the mix, then it's, wow, we are really getting low down and dirty now. It's like Joe Biden said and was playing in the same pool that we've been swimming in and pretending like we haven't been in for over a year now. So the fact that he said that he could take Trump, I believe him, Joe. I got $50 on Joe Biden.
See, I don't
because
like
Joe,
this.
Me neither.
I don't like this at all. Nope. That's
where we're at, Sam. This is the pool. This is where we've been drained to.
I agree, but it doesn't mean that we have to be okay with it. Joe Biden said this in 2015 also during one of the campaign rallies for Hillary Clinton. I was not okay with it then, even though I like him as a politician. That really, in my mind, took him down a few notches. Now he and the president are both doing this. What does that teach your children?
I think we're looking at this wrong. This has always been Joe Biden's brand. In fact, on Instagram, you'll see numerous. No, you listen.
Make it okay.
It'll be numerous memes of him and Barack Obama, where Barack Obama is like shaking his head, going, "Oh, Joe." Like that's the things that we. That's why we liked him.
That's not why I liked him. I don't want my child to be looking at the leaders of our free world and thinking that it's okay that they want to fight, and thinking that going to high school or going to the playground that they're allowed to exchange insults and pick a fist fight. I find that very dangerous.
I don't take it that seriously.
All right, really quickly, Jeff, who do you got?
Dude, I'm with Sam. I'm not diving into that.
Oh, now we're so highbrow.
Listen, we can have our opinion. I think it's embarrassing.
I'm just saying.
I like to joke around more than anybody.
It feels a little ironic.
This is embarrassing.
It feels ironic. We go on Twitter every single morning, and the leader of the free world is constantly saying stupid stuff, and now we're going to talk about Joe Biden?
No, I say both of them.
Please. I'm no.
Okay, but you can't end it with that, because both of them are at fault. Both of them, not just Trump.
I don't see it being that serious with Joe Biden, especially when we excuse Trump all day, every day. We do.
DBL Nation, we want to know what you have to say. Please chime in. You are our fifth co-host. We want you here at the table. We're going to move on because Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg has finally come forward to apologize. That's right. After news broke that a data firm with ties to President Trump's 2016 campaign had improperly accessed information from 50 million users. You're probably one of them. Mark appeared on CNN to address the situation. Here's what he said.
This was a major breach of trust, and I'm really sorry that this happened. we have a basic responsibility to protect people's data. And if we can't do that, then we don't deserve to have the opportunity to serve people.
And this just in, a congressional committee has formally asked Zuckerberg to testify about this in an upcoming hearing. So this is just the tip of the iceberg.
And I think he said he was okay with testifying as well. What I think about
is this the price to pay?
I think it is. Honestly, for all the services we get for free, I've been to Australia twice in the last 2 years, and every time I went to Australia, I called my mom in Cleveland, Ohio, over Facebook, and it sounded just as clear as when I call you guys to talk about the show the night before. I'm able to, I see what my best friend's baby looks like at 2 years. I get to see them take their first steps because of things like Facebook.
There should be some,
and it has connected us, and there is a price to pay. In an ideal world, yes, you're right, Sam, because I think I know what you're going to say, but don't ever do that. Don't do that, guys. But I'm saying I do think that there's a price to pay, and I'm willing to pay this one.
Well, I'm willing to pay the price, too, with Facebook, but the truth of the matter is these are apps that are illegally going against the already restrictions put in place by Facebook to gather our data. And that's not fair. I agree with Mark Zuckerberg. There's a reason why he apologized, and there's a reason why their stocks have tanked $60 billion within the last few days. It's because these restrictions are in place for a reason. Now let's regulate them.
But Sam, is it fair that people are making money off of a product that they are receiving for free? I mean, a lot of people do. Their entire business structure is on free social media.
That's a great point.
Nothing is actually free. There's a price for everything.
I agree, but again, I think that they need to be very careful with how this data is being used. And Mark Zuckerberg agrees. It's just they need to follow those regulations and make sure they're enforced. But we want to hear what you have to say. Please chime in. And we are live. Let's get right to digital producer Brett Forrest with news at this moment.
We're just hours away from March Madness and the Sweet 16. Are the upsets over? Who knows? So keep your red pens handy just in case. The first game tips off at 7:07 Eastern Time with Nevada taking on Loyola Chicago. And Loyola will have 98-year-old Sister Jean praying for another upset victory. Then we'll have Michigan against Texas A&M, Kentucky and Kansas State, and Gonzaga playing Florida State. This is not a Sweet 16 field anyone imagined, but we still have some top seeds playing. And right now, Villanova is favored for the title, with Duke coming in closely behind. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Brett. Tori, what's coming up on Daily Blast Live?
Michigan's going to win, that's for sure. Well, Hallmark announces its Christmas movie lineup. How well do you know their Christmas movies? Who starred in The Christmas Ornament? Danica McKellar or Kelly Martin? Answer: still ahead. Plus, new video of the self-driving Uber crash. We won't show you the impact, but we do want you to know, would your reflexes have been fast enough to stop? And Queen Latifah mourns the loss of her mother. Next, we read your comments about dealing with the loss of a parent. Stay tuned.
Hey guys, so we're going to be bringing up about Queen Latifah and her mom. There's been a ton of people writing in about loss, about not just parents, about brothers, sisters, nephews, aunts, uncles, and how they deal with it. We're all holding space for anyone out there that's caregiving as well, because we know it's not easy. Peggy Williams is about the Twitter situation. She said, I think both of them are behaving badly on Twitter. There are more political figures who are also making crazy, irrational, extremely demeaning remarks. All of them need to check themselves.
I agree.
Would you agree to that, or do you think if Trump does it, it's okay for someone else to do it? By the way, my husband was like, go Erica!
I just think that we've just hit it's a new normal. And unfortunately, like, we can't excuse certain behaviors for some people and then be upset and hold someone else to a higher standard in that capacity, when really I don't think that what Joe Biden did was anything different than he's been doing. I think it's totally on brand. That's the reason why we call him Crazy Joe.
But I said that. I brought up the 2015 incident, but it doesn't mean that you have to be okay with it. I'm not okay with it, even though I don't like it.
It just doesn't bother me the way that it would have bothered me. I think I'm desensitized to it because I think that there are bigger issues that people are more concerned
about.
But
I look at it different because I think of Lawson, and I'm thinking if he, like, a child's excuse if you're in 5th grade and you get in a fist fight and you're like, why were you fighting? Well, the president's fighting.
Or
why?
Crazy Joe does it.
Right. So it's like it's embarrassing and it makes it okay. You know what I mean?
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live, the only live show that covers trending stories live, no matter where you're watching. Queen Latifah is mourning the loss of her mother, Rita Owens. The actress announced Owens' death yesterday, saying she battled a heart condition for several years. In a statement, Queen Latifah described Owens as gentle yet strong and sassy yet sweet. Well, this got you, our 5th host, talking. Take it away, Sam Shocker.
Thank you so much, Tori. This story definitely got us talking about our own moms, but we want to see what DBL Nation has to say too. So let's get straight to your comments. Tina on Facebook says, the relationship between Latifah and her mother was obviously close. I loved the scenes of the two of them together on Living Single. I remember that. Sherry writes, my mom was my best friend and also was my daughter's very first best friend. Aw, there's not a day that goes by that I don't miss her or desperately need her help. That's a heart-wrenching statement. I still have my mom, but I immediately thought of my mother and Sophie. And yeah, that's the reality. One day I will lose my mom and Sophie will lose her first friend also.
I know. It's tough. I mean, my favorite conversations are death and politics, and we talk about them every day. But no, but it is hard. It's hard to fear that. But I think instead of looking at that side of it, appreciate the. You know, I'm very lucky to have both of my parents. Appreciate every day you have with your parents.
Amen. Karen on YouTube says, my mother is still around, and I'm thankful for each day with her. She's my best friend, despite some tough teenage years between us. Al, you still have your mom, but you did lose your dad, so you know what it's like to. You know what it's like to lose a parent. How did you deal with that? What advice could you give DBL?
Oh, that's my mom, me and my mom at Hamilton. But it's just like, I think it's more about like, you know, I look at my mom as my friend. She raised me, and she's just this beautiful, dynamic woman. But now I feel like, now I just have this whole new other person in my life that I can appreciate on another level. When you're 16, your mom is just somebody you're like, will you let me have the car? But now that I'm an adult, I can just appreciate her and just you know try and grow from her and try and take the lessons she gave me and give them to my kids. So I'm just lucky to have her in my life. So
could you speak to, because I know we all have our parents, could you speak to Queen Latifah or to someone in DBL Nation that is currently grieving their lost parent? Is there anything that you could offer them?
Well, what I did, and I don't know if this will work for our DBL Nation, is I still talk about my dad like he's still alive. I talk about him in the present tense. I still talk to him. I talk to him out loud. I just feel like he's just always in the next room, you know, and in that way, there's a closeness that I always have to him, and there won't be this distance like time stopped. I just feel like, you know, when my sons do something or my daughter does something, I'll say it out loud, like, did you see that? You know, so that's what I just try and talk, you know, like he's still here.
Your dad's very proud of you, I know it.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Wow.
Wow. All right, thank you, Al, and thanks to everyone. We love hearing what you have to say, so please continue to turn in your comments. And we're going to move on. The New York cover of Time magazine is spreading a powerful message. Guest co-host Kate Welshofer from our Buffalo affiliate WGRZ has the story.
Jacqueline Corin, Alex Wind, Emma Gonzalez, Cameron Caskey, and David Hogg. These are some of the Parkland students working to make a change. And as they prepare for the March for Our Lives event this Saturday, Time magazine is helping spread their message. The students are on the April cover of the magazine, stamped with the word enough. They're standing up to politicians, the NRA, and challenging the country to end gun violence. With everything they are doing, though, still some are focusing on why Jacqueline Corin is barefoot on the cover of the magazine. She just responded, saying, I didn't feel like it, plain and simple. Hippies didn't wear shoes in the 60s, so I'm just jumping on the bandwagon. You tell him, Jacqueline. Later on in the show, a Parkland shooting victim's mom starts her own movement to keep our kids safe. Don't miss Erica's conversation with a mom who has turned her pain into power. Back to you.
I love these Parkland kids.
I know.
How inspiring.
Incredible.
They're giving us new life.
Incredible.
Yeah.
And we're still recovering from the kind words that you had said about your dad. I know Erica is barely keeping it together.
Well, I mean, we see each other every day, and we're like a dysfunctional family, to say the least. But it's like, Al, to hear you talk about your father like that, it was just very moving, and I'm sorry, no. But it's just a very beautiful thing.
Thank you so much. He's a good man.
Thanks for that, Erica.
Sorry. Tori, what's coming up on Daily Blast Live?
Well, I got tissues up here. Time is ticking before Toys R Us vanishes forever, but not if you help raise $1 billion. We'll show you how. And give the gift of yourself. Next, Al Jackson sounds off on the jumbo lollipop created to look just like you.
Hey guys, so that was a rough, beautiful segment, but we all need to catch our breath. A lot of you guys are writing in about Al and how special that was, on hugs and prayers to all those who have left something. Diane Sawyer says this, my husband will be gone 19 years, and Al, we do the same thing. Ooh! Al, why'd you have to do that? Woo! Okay, so what we're gonna do is stories so that we can keep the mood up, we can keep things moving, get you guys to move past that like a ship in an ocean. We're going up the waves now.
We're going up the waves.
What's going on,
Connor?
So
Instagram has been listening to everybody because in June of 2016, they changed their algorithm and, people weren't happy with it. Well, now they're finally going to be moving back to the older version of the algorithm.
Chronological?
So it's not going to be completely chronological, but it will be very, very similar to how it was recently. What a lot of people are seeing is they'll scroll through and see posts from 4 days ago, 5 days ago.
For sure.
They said that will not occur anymore. It's still going to go based on relevancy to you, but it's only going to be new posts.
That's smart.
So you won't be seeing posts 4 days old, 5 days old, 3 days old. You won't be seeing that anymore on your Instagram feed, but it will still only be posts that are relevant to you or that you would most likely
I wonder if this had to do with when Kylie Jenner wrote that thing about Snapchat and they lost $1 billion.
Right.
You got to start listening, because at some point we're the ones who are being the consumer and using it. So
exactly.
Time to start listening. That's good news, because I'm not into it. All right, let's go over here to Cal Bell. What's going on, Kelly?
We have a fun story that you as a DC kid will enjoy. So we know that the nor'easter has been hitting the East Coast, and 2 senators actually wanted to have some fun with this snow days. So
is that Jeff Flake and Cory Booker?
So Jeff Flake and Cory Booker made a deal with each other via Twitter that they would have a snowball fight very publicly outside of the U.S. Capitol.
How cute!
Whoever won would buy pizza for the entire staff of that Congress.
This is the beginning of somebody trying at least to find something bipartisan. And Jeff Flake, of course, is Republican from Arizona, Cory Booker, Democrat from New Jersey.
Yeah, so Jeff Flake said snowball duel, East Lawn, Capitol Hill, 5 minutes, loser buys other staff pizza. Cory was kind enough to go along with it.
Cut away, guys.
And yeah, just
That's
check
amazing.
Twitter moments if you want to see how the fight ended.
Can't wait. Let us know what you guys think.
Welcome back to DBL. It's time now for Al Sounds Off, when Al Jackson goes off on the wildest stories he can find. What's up, buddy?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good, man. Let's get into this.
All right.
Al, try and follow me here, okay?
All right.
Would you like to lick a lollipop of yourself licking a lollipop?
Oh, I don't know. Probably no. I don't know, Jeff, I'm loving this. Who knew that you could, make a body part and make it into a sucker? Have bachelorette parties figured this out yet? And Jeff, I would have this done to myself, but I'm too sweet already.
Ooh, I like
wait,
that.
Jeff, I think I hit that on the nose. All right, let's keep going.
But we got him. All right, South Carolina's, wow, you're getting good at that, Al.
Sir.
South Carolina's Boat Farm Treehouse may be the perfect place for your next romantic getaway. The $400 a night Airbnb just released a new promotion for its VIP members. Check it out.
VIPs will get access to our new fire pit and firewood from our farm. You're going to love making s'mores by your very own private campfire.
Yeah, you'll get the ultimate s'mores kit for 2. You'll get 2 Bolt Farm Collector's coffee mugs and also a Bolt Farm scented eco-friendly candle.
Have the time of your life in this one-of-a-kind space, and please come back as often as you'd like.
Oh, what are we waiting for?
Yeah, I know, let's do this. I mean, finally, both you and your partner can wake up to morning wood. It's a treehouse.
It's a treehouse.
Yeah,
I get it.
You know, I just don't like that it's sponsored by a candle company. I mean, what, they couldn't find a chainsaw company to kick in some money? It's not a great idea, but you know what? I tried to stay there, but it's too noisy. You know, the Keebler elves are up partying all night. So I'm going to pass this one.
All
Let's go to the
right,
last
we've
one.
heard of beauty bars, but what about beauty beers? Let's check this out.
All right, now, Jeff, I'm just loving this. It's beer and glitter, my two favorite things that don't involve Mariah Carey's movie. Jeff, I just love the glitter beer because you know what? Guess what, buddy? Unicorns got to get drunk, too.
I hear you, buddy. Cheers.
Cheers to you, brother.
Look at our glitter beers.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. That's Al Sounds Off, everybody. We are live. Digital producer Raquel Villanueva has news at the moment.
Well, right now, there's a GoFundMe page up to save Toys R Us, and it's already raised $200 million. That's thanks to some big donations from toy investors. They started the campaign hoping to raise $1 billion by Memorial Day with your help. If the money isn't raised in time, everyone will be refunded. Now, I'll refresh the page to see where they're at now. And it looks like they've raised a few $1,000s in a couple minutes. Now, we'll post this link to our social pages.
Thanks. All right, still ahead on Daily Blast Live, the special connection between a boy and his little cow, a friendship forged on the farm. Next in Heart Threads, and earlier we asked you who starred in the TV movie The Christmas Ornament. Answer, Keely Martin. More Christmas movie trivia fun still ahead.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
My thing is, did someone initially put in a big bid? To me, that sounds like someone put in a big bid.
So it was a toy investor, toy and entertainment investor, and he came in with a couple other people, and they put in that $200 million to get it started.
Oh, so that's a nice way to get something started.
Yeah, and
a cool $200 mil.
And now there's some tiers, and they're putting things into it. If you pledge $5, you'll get a bumper sticker.
Save Toys R Us.
If you get to like 10 million, you'll get a Toys R Us store dedicated in your name.
Whoa!
And you have some high rolling money. Now they did say, like I said in the hit, that you'll get your money back if they don't raise it by Memorial Day, which I can hear you. Believe is May 28th. And
okay, sounds good.
And then the hashtag for it is Save Toys R Us.
Wow. Well, here's the thing. Once it's saved, it's not going to be able to sustain itself because of Amazon.
Well, the toy investors are hoping that this will get it back.
Boost it back.
Boost
So
it back
guys, does
up.
this boost your self-esteem for Toys R Us, or does it still make you want to go on Amazon? Let us know what you guys think. All right. Thanks, guys.
Welcome back. In today's Heart Threads, James and his cow, Georgia, share a very special bond, and together, the two are an award-winning farm show team. You gotta watch this. This boy and this cow share a special bond. James and Georgia are an award-winning farm show team. James, who has dwarfism, was paralyzed at age 3 during a surgery, but he hasn't let that hold him back. He wanted to get involved with showing animals. And Georgia was a perfect fit. She also has dwarfism.
She understands me and she just walks with me and just love her so much.
Together, the two won first place in their very first show together. They plan to keep working their way to the top.
Some people may look at James and think he could never do that. But like I said, when James sets his mind to something, he's going to give it his all.
It was amazing. Wasn't that so moving? Thank you, Jeffrey. All right. Could you soon face a fine on the spot for sexual harassment? This proposal has you talking, plus a new video of the self-driving Uber that hit a pedestrian. Would you have stopped in time? Stay with us.
Alex?
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It was utterly adorable. Wasn't that good? All right, that's great. So wasn't that amazing, Heartthreads?
That was, I mean, how great was that? Because I was wondering, I was like,
were you like, what's the bond?
I just couldn't tell if it was a baby cat, but I was like, it looked too filled out to be it was still growing. It's a
dwarf cow with a dwarf baby.
That was so funny.
So you guys don't know, we do voiceovers in a special booth outside, and sometimes when they hit you, and I had a hard time doing that voiceover, to be honest.
Yes,
I was like, Georgia also is dwarfist. It was so sweet.
Yes.
So you guys are pouring in.
I just hope people realize like we are just as affected by this.
I know, because we don't show, just so you guys know, these guys don't see the Heartthreads beforehand, so they didn't know about the dwarf cow and Georgia
just the bumper we played with the kid hearing for the first time.
Oh God, that got me
that
too.
Little girl hearing.
I've been watching that
man.
Annie. Mommy sang Annie, and she goes, "Hi, honey,"
Some of them jump out.
and hugs Daddy because and he goes, "Is it overwhelming?"
Yeah, I was like, I need to.
Yeah.
Dude, there's one too where the kid, I don't know if I showed you guys, where he can't see and they put glasses on him for the first time and his eyes get like that big, like he sees the world for the first time. Yeah. It like made me cry. Dude, I'm very emotional.
I'm very
today.
emotional. We all are emotional today. There's one where a British girl, I think I showed you this, they put the glass on, she goes, "Thank you," because she could suddenly see everything.
That's great. You gotta send that to me.
It's amazing.
That was,
all right.
that was the best accent you ever did, by the way.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. I'm Sam Shocker, joined by Jeff Schroeder, Al Jackson, and Erica Cobb. Let's get started with your top trending stories. Well, we are getting our very first look at the dash cam footage of that deadly collision between a self-driving Uber and a pedestrian, and we do want you to be the judge. Does this make you think differently about self-driving vehicles? And I think it's important to warn DBL Nation that this is disturbing footage. So here we go. Here we see the car traveling at night before crashing. Wow, there it is, into a 49-year-old woman walking across the lane with her bicycle. And even in slow motion, it all happens so fast. Look at, it's almost in a blink of, and this is slow motion, blink of an eye. So now we also have video of Uber's human backup driver. Her job is to take over if there is a problem. There she is. But her gaze seems distracted until the final moment. Where is she looking? It looks like she's looking on her cell phone.
Yeah, it definitely looks like she was looking on her cell phone. But we talked about this earlier. I think even if she was paying attention, I don't know if there would have been enough time for her to brake or swerve out of the way.
You know, I think, I don't want to play, you know, what is it?
Devil's advocate.
Our quarterback, Monday morning quarterback. But it's like, you know, I feel like in situations like that, what the human eye and what humans can do versus what a machine is trained to do are two different things. Like maybe it wouldn't have been a direct hit. Maybe she would have been able to swerve or, you know, hit the brake. But at the end of the day, a machine is designed to do what a machine's going to do. Like that's a very tough call, but I still feel like a human might have been able to maybe avoid a fatality.
The fact that she's distracted when her sole job is to intervene if a situation like this is to occur, whether or not human error could have prevented this or not.
We don't know. We don't know.
I don't care. She's distracted when that was her sole job. If that was my loved one that was just hit by the car and I saw that she was looking down at her cell phone or whatever she was doing, I would have a problem with this.
You would have a problem, but I think if that was my loved one, I'm trying to think about this as if this is a woman that I care for and she's a human being, so I care for her on that level. But just if this was somebody, if this was me, I would hope that you guys would look at this footage and be like, man, we loved Al, we missed Al. But he was walking across the street in the middle of the night wearing a black jacket. It's horrible. It's unfortunate, but I'm looking at this as a guy that's into sports cars, that wants to one day own a sports car because I love the way they handle. I love to drive cars. I really don't think it's somebody that would consider himself an expert driver. So I've driven millions of miles as a stand-up comic across this country, no accidents. I don't think I could have stopped.
I agree.
Think I could.
There's no crosswalk. There was no stop sign. There was nothing.
That woman did not do her job.
Yeah, she didn't. Jeff, I'm looking at that. I can't see. I know it's coming, and I still can't see when I would have stopped. And I know I've seen that 25 times.
But I think of this, like there are a lot of areas or places that I've driven where people will just walk across the street and expect you to stop.
Right.
And things that you wouldn't even like, even a reasonable person, a great driver, wouldn't think this person is about to cross in front of me. So this happens on a daily basis.
Right.
So I feel like, yeah, at the end of the day, maybe a human would have been able to fix or do something different, but this is just a very scary world that we're living in.
I think some things are just unfortunate.
But DBL Nation, we do want you guys to be the judge, so please, we are monitoring your comments. We want to hear what you have to say. And we're going to move on. A new proposal in France today has Americans talking. The president and the minister for gender equality, yes, that's a real thing in France, are backing legislation that would find, it's incredible, that would fine people on the spot for sexual harassment. DBL Nation, what do you think? Should we have similar law here in the U.S.? And what the law would be, you can be fined anywhere from $110 to $920 if it's a repeated sexual harassment or sexist comments. You could be fined even more than that, and they would fine you right there on the spot.
Let me ask you guys, what were we talking about a week ago? If you take out sexual harassment and put in another term that had to do with school, it was bullying. If we had parents pay a fine for their kids being bullies, would that affect things? If once you start hitting them, where, Erica?
In the pocketbook.
In the pocketbook, things start to change. I mean, like Jeff and I always like, you're like, where's the money going? Right. That's an interesting thing. I would like to see it go to charities or, you know, for women's defense, things like that. I would like to make sure that the money's allocated correctly, but I'm fine with this.
Yeah, oh yeah, they believe that this is going to deter sexual harassment, hit them in the pocket, as you said. And it's not just, you know, sexist comments or sexual assault, it's also humiliating or degrading comments. So any of that catcalling, boom, you're going to get fined for that.
So there's nothing to do with what you're wearing, right? I thought it was that too. It's dressing provocatively, or is it strictly verbal?
No, it's sexual harassment, but it also under the same umbrella is talking about raising the age of consent from 11, which is only 11 years old right now, to 15, as well as the amount of time that people can serve for sexual assault.
Yeah, so way to go, France. Okay, yeah. Way to go. And as far as the fining for the sexual harassment, I hope we follow suit. Comedian Tiffany Haddish is going viral yet again. That's your girl, Al, for her hilarious and heartfelt speech at model Chanel Iman, am I saying that right? Wedding to New York Giant Sterling Shepard. Check it out.
I can see his soul. I looked into his eyeballs when you brought him to the comedy club. That's a good man. You grab him, you got him. You better worship the ground she walk on, because she got a gangster that got her back. Sorry, Pastor.
Yeah, and guess who was there, you guys? Guess DBL Nation, who was there for the wedding? The one and only, our girl, Lauren Mack. There she is. Just hanging out with supermodel Chrissy Teigen. No big deal. She joins us now from New York to give us the inside scoop. Lauren, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hey, girl, please give us the inside scoop. What was it like?
Girl, well, first of all, that speech came on the heels of the best man speech, which was very heartfelt and very traditional. And then all of a sudden, here comes Tiffany Haddish in her Christian Siriano dress. She snatches the mic, honey, and she takes it away. And needless to say, the bar was open. So it was both a mix of heartfelt speech, but it was gangster. You saw it.
It was definitely gangster. And tell me, Lauren, how long were you there for? Was this like an all-nighter type wedding, or were people checking?
Oh, yes. It was all day. It was all that night, all day, actually. You know, the whole pomp and circumstance. It was wonderful. My son, Preston, was in the actual wedding itself. So, you know, of course, we were there as family members. Sterling is my first cousin. So my entire family was there, and we didn't expect to hear her drop the B-bomb, but I got to say, right after she gave the speech, she decided to go into a crip walk on the stage.
All right, Lauren, just tell me this. Please tell me that no one tried to go after Tiffany.
Not at all. Are you kidding me? We had so much fun, and again, she is such a delight and a joy. And,
I love her.
And of course, the next day, yes, I know Al. She's great. And the next day, you know, she did the her Oscars. Was it Oscars?
Yeah.
Speech the next day. Yeah, she was wonderful. So
Jeez.
it was great to meet her.
A day in the life of Lauren Mack.
Yeah.
A day in the life. Thank you so much for taking the time, girl. We miss you.
Yeah.
We love you. I love you guys too. Thanks so much for having me today.
Bye, honey.
Love you.
Dang.
Bye, guys.
Dang.
I saw Odell Beckham Jr. bouncing around
know.
there. Man,
Yeah.
that was star-studded.
Wow.
I was so upset I didn't get to see Lauren's dress, but they took the phones. They weren't able to take photos.
That's the new thing.
All right. And Hallmark Channel just announced a record number of Christmas movies for 2018. 34 new movies. Clearly, I'm a Hallmark Channel fan.
Clearly, because you raise your hands in the air, no one else moves.
Can't wait. Here at TVL, our favorite holiday movie isn't Hallmark. It's our own Jeff Schroeder's film, Wish for Christmas. Let's watch it again, shall we?
Pastor Paul.
You're supposed to be helping people. It's Christmas.
We're not the bad guys.
I don't know how to undo what I've done.
You can't give someone else faith. You have to discover it.
But I don't have time for that.
You got to make time for that.
I love Christmas. All right,
Pastor
Sam.
Paul.
I'm gonna we all got to watch that during Christmas.
Oh,
all right,
yes.
Sam. If you're such a Hallmark movie super fan, we're gonna play a little game, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna read a title, and you have to tell me whether it's real or fake, okay? First one. Single Santa seeks Mrs. Claus. Santa wants his son Nick to take over the family business, but not until he finds a wife.
Fake.
Answer is, you guys want to jump in too?
Absolutely not.
Okay, cool. The answer is real. It was made in 2004, starring Steve Gutenberg as Santa's son. All right, you're just not a super fan, I guess.
Yeah,
Sam.
no,
You got another one.
I was in college studying.
You should have been watching Christmas movies.
Excuse me.
Hitch for the
The
holidays.
excuse train is coming, Jeff. Can you hold on?
You know what's coming? We're going to run out of time.
Okay.
Hitch for the holidays. An attractive pair pretends to be a couple to
Seen
fool
it.
their families.
Yeah, it's with Joey Lawrence, your boy. They play that one over and over.
You're
and
right.
over.
Real. Made in 2012,
Yes.
starring Joey Lawrence, who was in my movie, our movie. All right, mistletoe in Mexico. A teenager on a family vacation falls in love with her surfing instructor named Jesus. She
said no.
Mistletoe, Mexico, no. No.
You are correct. It's fake.
Yes, I
Not
am.
bad. 2 out of 3. They give you an button, but you got it right.
I got one wrong.
You got one wrong. All right. So you're a fair weather Christmas fan.
Wait, change that to a Bing. She got a Bing.
I know. I don't
They gave you an X.
Well, because they were saying that it was fake, so it was a
Sam was right in calling it.
All right. That was fun.
Get Sam a Bink up
Feel
there.
rejuvenated.
He wants-
Do I get a trophy
he wants
or
a
something?
Bing.
All right. The Winter Olympics may be over, but we can't stop talking about curling. Ebony Steele has the trending story, and it's coming in hot.
Thank you, Sam. Mistletoe in Mexico, I would totally watch that. That sounds great. But anyway, men's curling is going Hollywood. Yeah, Matt Hamilton and his mustache won a gold medal for the U.S. men's curling. Now he has an agent and a deal that includes endorsements, personal appearances, and guest spots on TV shows and movies. The Olympian even has his own bobblehead. So now anyone can order their own mini version of his giant mustache. DBL Nation, would you wear a Matt the Curler t-shirt, or would you just prefer to wear his mustache? I don't know. Let us know. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Evie. Now it's time for our top feel-good stories of the day. Tori, you have all those videos that are making DBL Nation smile.
I sure do. Go check your mailbox right now. Did you guys get an invite to the royal wedding? Well, they just shipped to 600 lucky guests. Here is our first look. Kensington Palace just tweeted them out. They're classic gold on white with American ink, printed on British paper. But you don't need to watch an invite to watch on TV. We're getting our first look at John Legend and Sarah Bareilles in Jesus Christ Superstar live. Check it out.
I'm so excited to work with the entire cast. We already have such a talented group with Sarah Bareilles. She has got a great voice.
Don't know how to love him.
Alice Cooper, okay. You can check it live April 1st on NBC just in time for Easter. And it's matchmaking time at the Chicago Zoo. 14-year-old Tellini is a female polar bear from Detroit. And guess what? She's single, but not for long. The zoo is playing Cupid, setting her up with a younger man. 8-year-old Siku. He's reportedly super into the new girl in town. And that's great because they're part of a species survival plan. No pressure, guys. Coming up on Daily Blast Live, a 2-man crew adventure perfect for March Madness as they guys search for the best buffalo wings outside Buffalo. And a mother's mission, how one woman is stepping up for kids after her daughter passed away in the Florida school shooting. Stay tuned.
Hey everyone, it's Connor Ashley from the digital team. So I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about our watch page. Now, if you don't know what that is, it's Daily Blast Live on Watch. It's a special little feature that Facebook has. So if you go to our normal Facebook page, just Daily Blast Live, you'll see right at the top, we have Daily Blast Live on Watch. Now on our watch page, it's essentially a compilation of different videos and short little episodes and extended features that you wouldn't have seen in the show. We also do these really fun little segments like DBL Watches. So here's one of Jeff and Tori watching some robot fails. It's pretty hilarious. And then I know they listened to that DJ T song by Audrey O'Day. So all of that cool, fun stuff is on our watch page. So head over to our main Facebook page, then click on that first little icon for the watch page and follow us over there. Alrighty guys, enjoy Two Man Crew.
March Madness is in full swing, and that means more people are ordering chicken wings. Of course, our two-man crew, Jeff and Al, had to find some of the best wings in Denver, and they took a special guest with them. Check it out.
What's up, guys? Jeff and Al here, two-man crew with our newest Buffalo Soldier, Kate Welshofer.
We're here at Fire on the Mountain, but Kate, why did you bring us here?
Well, I found out they have some of the best wings in Denver.
Really?
You guys need an education.
Before we get wings, what should we get?
Classic.
Just
Buffalo-style chicken wing.
Do you know what buffalo sauce is made of?
Yes.
What is it?
It's hot sauce and butter. It's really simple, really delicious.
So we're just gonna get wings with the side of ranch, right? What?
Blue cheese. Don't even. We're gonna pretend you didn't even say ranch.
Oh, maybe we should just call it an extra because I don't want to say anymore.
Let's AJ.
Look at this.
So what do we have here? So we have our Jamaican jerk and our barbecue, and we have our traditional hot. Call this one the Hefe sauce or the boss sauce, and this one's the super hot.
Is this the ranch?
That's the ranch.
All right, just take that.
All right,
it's gotta go.
What in your mind makes a really good wing?
We use fresh, never frozen, and then the secondary label is really it's a sauce. We make all the sauce fresh daily.
Fresh.
That's right.
I like that. All right, we got our beer, we got our wings. So what other fun buffalo wing facts do you know?
One fun fact is that in Buffalo, we just call them wings. So, you know, they were invented there, 1964, and it's a great story. There were people in a bar, they were hungry, they didn't really have anything to serve, so they were like, you know what, let's just whip up some fried chicken wings, roll them in some sauce, serve them. That was it. The rest is history.
Really?
Yeah, at the Anchor Bar in Buffalo.
Wow.
Kate, I would say thanks for visiting Daily Blast Live, but guess what? You're family now.
Oh, hey.
Cheers.
Thank you so much for coming. Cheers, everybody.
Thanks for having me.
Right.
Kate,
Yes.
Wow.
you know your chicken wings.
Well, you know, you better when you're in Buffalo or you're in trouble.
I had no idea that you have to eat it with blue cheese and not ranch.
Not ranch. Well, there was Yes, well, there was there was recently a big controversy with that as well because Red Hot had tweeted out about, you know, you got to have your ranch and your chicken wings together, and Buffalo went bananas, so they set them straight.
It's like a ketchup on hot dog in Chicago.
Right, you don't do that.
No,
you don't do that. And just for the record, Sam, mine were vegan wings.
Yes.
Yeah, they were meatless wings I ate.
I want some vegan wings. Are they good?
Yeah,
they were really good.
I
Jeff
tried
ate
some.
the whole basket.
Good.
Yeah.
These are just normal wings.
You're an official member of the two-man crew.
Wings, don't mess with them. Ryan Reynolds just tweeted out some very important information, everybody, and Ebony Steele has all the details coming in hot.
Thank you, Sam. I sure do. Attention, Marvel fans. Ryan Reynolds just tweeted the new trailer for Deadpool 2. Ryan is back as his trademark character in Deadpool, also known as the Merc with a Mouth. This time, he's forming his own super team called the X-Force. Take a look.
Woo! Oh, you're living the dreams, DP.
We're gonna form a super duper group. That's what we're gonna do.
Our group will be forward thinking, gender neutral. We will be known as X-Force.
Isn't that a little derivative?
You're absolutely right. And that is why the man bun is just a millennial mullet.
Oh, God, I wish I finished college.
Ooh, I'm glad we saw that because when they said X-Force, I thought that was my first husband coming after me with his friends. But Deadpool 2 hits theaters May 18th.
The X-Force? That sounds scary. No thanks.
It's interesting how, like, they're really becoming more and more humorous. Like all these superheroes like have these one-liners now.
Deadpool, Guardians of the Galaxies, they're really fun.
Thor, it was almost more of a comedy than anything.
I
Thor
like
was
that.
hilarious.
For me, I like that
I
more.
loved it. Yeah,
I'm gonna
because it
check
didn't
that
come
out.
off cheesy.
Yeah, absolutely. We are live. Digital producer Raquel Villanueva has news at this moment.
Well, Seth Rogen just announced an all-star comic lineup for his charity special. Take a look.
Me and my fellow performers are here to announce the lineup. What do you mean no one else is here? I'll just announce the lineup myself. John Mulaney. Why'd you make me stutter, John Mulaney? Sarah Silverman. James Corden. Jeff Goldblum. This would be working much better if the other people were here.
Now, other guests include Tiffany Haddish, The Muppets, and Sacha Baron Cohen. Hilarity for Charity raises money for Alzheimer's awareness. It's taping this Saturday and airing in Netflix in April.
Love it. Thank you so much, Raquel. Coming up on Daily Blast Live, meet a mother who turned her sadness into solutions after her daughter was killed in the Florida school shooting. Her stepping up story is next. Trust me, you want to see this.
We're gonna go to Kate. Where's Kate? There we go. Get over here.
18-year-old Alyssa
So I was asking, I was over in the control room and I was hearing the show. I have the same question as Sierra McKenzie. Why blue cheese and not ranch? Kate, can you explain?
Just is a thing.
It's just, I was wondering,
You know?
is your answer just gonna be because it is?
Yeah, I mean, like anything else, if you really like it, then do you, but don't tell anybody.
Love it, love it, love it, love it. Do you and don't tell it. Buffalo wings. Now, do you ever get any flavor buffalo wings or just classic?
I mean, if I get wings, normally I'll get classic wings, but they've been to, like this place that we went to in Denver.
Yeah, how
had
did
a
you
lot
like
of
it?
Really good.
Okay.
And they've also won twice. They've won a first place and a second place at the Buffalo Wing Festival in Buffalo.
Okay, so they have some street cred.
100%.
Okay,
They're
so
legit.
I'm glad we sang
But
you
they had some
someplace
different
good.
sauces, really, really delicious. They had a peanut sauce, it was really, really good.
Peanut?
But it was
Buffalo, oh my
It was
goodness.
so good, but it was like, it had some spice to it. It wasn't like peanut butter.
It was
You know
really
what I
good.
mean? It was
Wow.
really, really
Wow,
good.
so
yeah.
Fire on the Mountain in Denver. Guys, let
Yeah.
us know your favorite wing place. We're trying to find, I've never ever had more wings ever in my life than being here in Denver. I'm sure if I were in Buffalo, the same thing would happen. But what's your favorite wing place of all?
Oh my, you know what? I have to give a shout out to my hometown.
Do it.
Perry, New York, Daryl's Pizza.
Daryl's Pizza! Who could forget about Daryl?
I know,
Wait,
love
was it
them.
pizza and wings? Just sort of like a dive?
All right, 45 seconds back. You know,
Here,
cheese
Erica, let's
sticks,
get
the
the
whole
law,
deal.
please.
Oh man, that
Yeah.
sounds so, so good. I'm on a no carb, no pizza diet, and that's rubbing me the wrong way. It's feeling good.
never good.
Ellis Walker, okay, I'm a blue cheese fan, also a ranch fan regarding chicken wings. If you were on a date and someone ordered ranch, would you not be interested in that date after that?
I feel like it'd be weird if you were ordering wings in the first place.
That's true. Wait,
You know,
why
on a
are we
date,
ordering?
You'd be like,
The hypothetical has started. We're at a sports game, and I'm your date, and I ordered ranch. What would you do? Would you walk away? No excuses.
Time now for Stepping Up, our recognition of people stepping up to keep kids safe. Today, a mother pours her grief and pain into action after her daughter was killed trying to dodge bullets at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School.
14-year-old Alyssa Al-Hadaf was a gifted soccer player. The beloved student was in the first classroom the gunman entered. Alyssa was shot ducking behind her desk. The next day, Alyssa's mom, Lori, let out her raw grief and anguish, demanding change.
President Trump, you say, what can you do? You can stop the guns from getting into these children's hands. Put metal detectors at every entrance to the schools. What can you do? You can do a lot.
Lori is not waiting for change. She is the change. She has founded Make School Safe, a nonprofit determined to make schools safer.
Alyssa's mom, Lori Al-Hadaf, joins us now. Lori, thank you for joining us, and our deepest condolences to you and your family. You said that you don't want to turn away these troubled students. Now, this week, parents in Michigan turned in their son after learning his plans to shoot up his school. What would you say to those parents?
Thank you.
At the end of the day, parents, we're the first line of defense. It starts with us. Knowing what's going on in our kids' social media, knowing their friends, knowing the environment in their house. Are guns available for these kids? Can they access them? Parents have to be parents and let teachers be teachers and police officers be police officers.
Absolutely. Now, you're going to Washington for March for Our Lives. What does it mean to you to see Alyssa's classmates make such an impact in this movement?
I'm so proud of Alyssa's classmates. They are Alyssa's voice. They are fighting for Alyssa. And part of my nonprofit organization, I've established a dream team of kids. And these kids are going to be the voice. These kids are the ones that are going to get the job done.
Well, Lori, thank you so much to you, to your dream team. Lori Alhadeff, thank you for joining us today on Daily Blast Live.
Okay, thank you very much.
And we're rooting for you.
Wow.
Rooting for them, standing up for them, helping be their voice.
Right. She's standing up for her daughter.
And not letting her death go,
right,
you know, without a cause, or
and you know,
without something being done.
You know what I liked about her message is, like, you see how passionate she was, you know, the day of the first interview that we showed, but now she's taken that energy and she's honed it and she's channeled it so that she's not all over the place. She's got a direct message that's going to reach a lot of people.
Good for her.
We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Pass, you must fight just to keep them alive. I knew those.
I didn't know those. I could never understand.
Yeah.
All right, ready? Hey guys, so we're closing out. A lot of people have been really emotional on the comments because it's been a really hard day.
Yes.
We've been talking about loss. We've been talking about beautiful ways to hold space for each other. What we just saw was an incredible interview by Erica for really that first interview of her on the street was
emotional,
bone chilling.
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
the passion.
you could feel viscerally the pain she
I mean,
was
I
in.
can't imagine losing a child.
No, and then being interviewed that day, I can't even imagine. So just some words of peace and anything you guys would say to someone who's grieving. Do you guys have any advice or what you do when you're grieving?
I'd like to hear from Erica, like, what you feel, what was the energy that you felt coming from her? Did you feel like she's still in a state of shock? Like, this was not that long. This is 10 years ago.
It was a month ago.
I felt like, unfortunately, or fortunately, she was stronger in that interview than I was, and I felt like I was utilizing her strength.
Wow.
It was just a very, you know, to a parent who has to lose a child, and in that way, she was just. She filled me with a lot of love, and even at the end of the interview, you saw her go like this, and she wouldn't get off the interview until I did the same thing, although you didn't see me do it. Wow. So, yeah, I just hope the best for her and her cause.
All right, so we're sending love and light to all you guys out there. Thanks for writing in. It's been a hard day, but a good day.
Yes.
Welcome back to DBL. We have a lot of comments for you, Al, in regard to you opening up about the loss of your dad and how you deal with it. Tamara Gibson on YouTube says, Al, that's a great way to think of it. Love what you said. Thank you. Diane Sawyer on YouTube said, my husband will be gone 19 years, and Al, we do the same thing. And Brandy Sprong on Facebook, I agree, Al. I do that too with my grandparents. Talk to them when I have a long, bad day or when I just need to say something. So thank you, Al.
Thank you guys for writing in. Love y'all.
Stories never stop. We don't either. We'll see you tomorrow. It's almost Friday, almost the weekend.
Hey guys, we're just doing a little behind the scenes so you guys can see what's going on. So we're in between shows, so I like to show what's going on. People are getting briefed over here. Jeff is sitting there looking like he needs some direction. That's usually what his face looks like to me. So Sam's usually on the phone getting more up-to-date information. Lex is in charge of our cards, so that's actually a lot more confusing than you can imagine. I'm just going to show you the cards so you guys can see. Very nice, right? They're called blue cards because they're blue. And right on the inside is just some information for us in case, God forbid, and again, these are the prompters and these sometimes shut down. So what we don't want is to be on live TV with nothing to say, which is usually how you find me when you're on these breaks with me. Isn't that true? So we're going to go over here. We're going to take a look. These are producers, and these two right here are editors. So Chin Chin, say hi. Hi, Darren. So they're taking very quick things that are happening and they are chopping it up and then making it be able to go on the air. They're usually on headphones. I think they're listening to punk rock. What am I, 85 years old? Adam here, he's very, very chill, very, very relaxed. And if you notice, see the tension, there's like a little bit of high stress right here. We have like about 30 seconds. Get into sort of that fight or flight mode. I'm trying to do meditation because my therapist says I should because it's a lot of energy.
All right, guys, 15 seconds.
We'll talk more in the breaks. I should just pay you guys for therapy.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Thursday, March 22nd, and we're the only live show that covers what you're talking about right now. Never before seen surveillance video of the Las Vegas gunman before the massacre. Every movement, every interaction caught on camera. Plus, your first look at Stormy Daniels' 60 Minutes appearance. How much damage could she really do? And could you be fined on the spot for sexual harassment? Let's get started. I'm going to toss it down to Sam Shocker.
Thank you so much, Erica. We are live. I'm here with Al Jackson, Jeff Schroeder, and Ebony Steele. Let's get right to it because we do have new surveillance video footage of the Las Vegas gunman. It's just been released. The New York Times published the video of the last 7 days of Stephen Paddock. It shows mundane tasks like checking in, gambling, eating sushi, and then here you see him buying snacks. It also shows how hotel staff unknowingly aided him, bringing in bag after bag after bag. Look at that, 21 in total to his suite. Clearly building an arsenal, we know, preparing for that mass shooting, which we still don't even know the motive.
Absolutely. And I think when we saw this footage, one of the things that was most interesting and kind of scary to me is the fact that he went along with his normal daily activities. As a matter of fact, he drove, they saw him driving to his home in Mesquite, which is like an hour away from there, going back and forth. And I wonder, was he really just cool and calm and that kind of deranged and off? Or was this his plan to kind of keep moving around so that he would not be spotted? And to be totally exact, 21 bags to the 32nd floor over those 7 days, and he never let the stuff out of his sight. So was this calculated, or was he really just that calm and cool and collective?
You would. That's a great point because you would think somebody would be withdrawn. Right. They wouldn't be interacting with the staff. They wouldn't be chatting it up, sitting and eating sushi. You would think they would be stuck in their room. And some people would even stereotypically think it would be a person of a specific color or wearing specific garb. And this footage shows it defies all of those stereotypes.
Right.
Yeah, well, they keep trying to like make this guy look like a normal guy.
What's normal?
I think what normal is normal does. And I mean, this guy was a high roller at this casino. The suite that he's staying in, one of my favorite comedians, Joe Rogan, has stayed in that. That's a $10,000 a night suite. There was nothing this guy was going to do to, I mean, he had the corner suite at the MGM. You know, this is a quote-unquote normal guy, and I think that's what we need to be worried about is I think we keep looking at stuff like this because we want him to do something crazy, to show up without a shirt on and shoes and say, I'm crazy, and start firing off guns like Yosemite Sam, and that's not what's happening. Right. These are people that look like the traditional non-shooters, which I don't know why that is, but this guy fits, he does fit a description, but a description that we don't like to associate with this kind of behavior.
Yeah. All right, we're going to move on because we are just days away from CBS airing The Interview with Stormy Daniels, Jeff. Maybe you're going to get your evidence.
Jeff is so mad.
In a segment set to air this Sunday, the adult film star talks with Anderson Cooper about the relationship she says she had with Mr. Trump in 2006 and 2007. And guess what, everybody? DBL Nation, they just released a teaser. Let's take a look.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, nice to see you. Thanks for doing this. Have a seat. I guess I'm not 100% sure on why you're doing this.
Okay, that was the teaser.
That was it.
Yeah, that wasn't just our editing team giving us a little snippet. That was the entire teaser.
You know, I don't know a lot about production. I'm on TV, but I don't know a lot about production. But I would say that was not a great teaser.
Although we're talking about it.
We're talking about it because people, that's all they want to talk about is Stormy Daniels. We have no proof, no evidence, nothing hard to grasp onto.
$130,000 is evidence.
Al, I got you, Matt. I got you. But I'm saying, if nothing comes of this, just please go away till VH1 calls you for some reality show in 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Get out of here. If there's nothing on this interview that we keep popping up and that we keep talking about every single day, you guys have to agree, get out of here.
She had a non-disclosure agreement. That's why she wasn't able to give you the exact evidence that you're looking for prior. Now that her
or is there evidence? I'm starting to
Jeff,
believe
I want
that
to
might
ask you a
not be.
question really quickly because I got kind of mad at myself because when I said when we were going to this house, like, Jeff, you're so mad. I said it kind of jokingly, but it does seem like you're upset. But I want to know what you're upset about. Are you more upset that you're tired of seeing the president attacked? Are you upset that our nation's affairs are focused on this? Or are you upset that you're being bothered with this without any hard evidence?
I'm kind of a combination of both, everything you said, Al, because I don't like that this person is getting this much attention without having anything. I don't care if it happened or not. Tell me it happened, that's great, give me the details, and then go away. You're in the news every single day telling the same story, which isn't even a story. It has nothing, I don't know the story because she hasn't said anything.
You'll have to watch the interview and find out if there's evidence.
I'm not watching.
I'll watch it for you.
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch
I'm
it.
there. I know we'll be talking about it.
Yes. Okay. Speaking of the president, though, it has come to this. President Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden trading playground insults, threatening to beat each other up. Joe Biden started it on Tuesday. Yes, he did. Take a look.
We were in high school. I'd take you guys to the gym and beat up. Well, I've been in a lot of locker rooms my whole life. I'm a pretty good athlete. Any guy who talked that way was usually the fattest, ugliest in the room.
And then today, the president responded, tweeting, quote, "Crazy Joe Biden is trying to act like a tough guy. He doesn't know me, but he would go down fast and hard, crying all the way. Don't threaten people, Joe." And to provide a little additional context,
threaten him with commas. How about a period, president?
Joe Biden was bringing up, somebody had asked him about the Access Hollywood tape and, you know, grabbing women by the blank, blank, blank. And then that's what started his threats. I think this is horrible from Joe Biden and from President Trump. I don't like what it's teaching my daughter, Sophie, to one day think it's okay to get in fights on the playground because you disagree with somebody.
I guess the first thing that comes to mind for me is, you know, my mother always said, you kind of keep business. If it's something going on, you keep it inside the house at home. Everybody doesn't need to know it. So when I'm saying that, I'm talking about other countries looking at us. We have the leader of the free world right now and our former vice president openly on social media going head to head with each other, which I think represents or lets other countries know that we're really divisive still here in this country.
Amen. And
they shouldn't be able to see that.
Yeah, but I mean,
the
leader of the free world did say he could walk down Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and it would increase his popularity. So he already has talked about violence. My issue with what Joe Biden said was he's going against what we've said on this panel a million times is I don't like that he used the word the fattest, ugliest guy.
Me too.
Like he's already, that's the same things, that's the same words that bullies use. You attack somebody's, you know, physical situation. Yeah. And have I done that with Trump too? Yes. Have I said that he looks like, you know, some just open crescent rolls? Yeah, I said that. But
that's not. I don't like it when people
I said it's not okay.
Yeah, but you're still laughing.
Listen, that's how my face looks.
Okay, no, you don't.
No, it's not. That's
your resting face. Sam, look at this face. I don't know what you mean.
Be a hypocrite. Attack someone's character. Don't attack their physical. No matter how much you don't like.
How do you know I'm
not
attacking crescent rolls?
Okay. Okay. We are live. Let's get right to digital producer Brett Forrest with news at the moment.
The stock market is posting huge losses right now after President Trump signed new tariffs on Chinese imports. The Dow Jones is currently down almost 500 points. or about 2%. Investors are on edge amid trade concerns and Facebook's ongoing privacy scandal. The social network has lost nearly $50 billion since the Cambridge Analytica scandal broke over the weekend. Back to you guys.
Oh, man, that's terrifying. Thank you for that news.
And I'm not making it, but this is, you know, World War II was trade issues. So, I mean, that's...
It was exactly about trade issues. And speaking about Facebook, you know, they're down $60 billion in their stocks in just the last few days. Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg has finally come forward to apologize after news broke that a data firm with ties to President Trump's 2016 campaign had improperly accessed information from 50 million users. That's probably you, DBL Nation, as well. Mark appeared on CNN to address the situation. Here's what he said.
This was a major breach of trust, and I'm really sorry that this happened. You know, we have a basic responsibility to protect people's data, and if we can't do that, then we don't deserve to have the opportunity to serve people.
Boom. And this just in, a congressional committee has formally asked Zuckerberg to testify about this at an upcoming hearing.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I understand we get our information given out there. I think we all understand that. Sometimes you're on your phone and you see, hey, there's a Starbucks 3.4 miles from where you are, and you're like, how do you know where I am? They know where you are. They know what you do. I mean, our information is out there, but I do also give a little credence to these websites that have changed my life. They've made me been able to keep up with friends that I never otherwise would have. They made me being able to communicate as somebody that travels overseas quite a bit. So I'm willing to give up a little bit of my freedom. I'm sorry, I am.
Yeah, but that's not the point here. Even Mark Zuckerberg has apologized, saying that it has violated their restrictions and their rules and regulations. It just wasn't regulated. It wasn't enforced.
But it seemed like people were shocked by the fact that their information was out there.
I was. I mean, and maybe because I'm not a techie person, I just assumed that some of my stuff would be safe and still personal to me. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people, especially Facebook, we really, really depend on that.
Be weary, DBL Nation. If you're taking those personality quizzes, if you're, you know, every time that you upload a new app and it says sign in with your Facebook, be weary, because that's how they get your information, okay? The Winter Olympics may be over, but we can't stop talking about curling. Tori Shulman, who's a curler, by the way, has the trending story, and it's coming in hot.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Thank you so much. Well, men's curling is going Hollywood. Matt Hamilton and his mustache won a gold medal for the U.S. men's curling. Well, now he's got an agent and a deal that includes endorsements, personal appearances, and guest spots on TV, shows, and movies. The Olympian even has his own bobblehead. So now anyone can order their own mini version of his giant mustache. But DBL Nation, I must ask you a question. Would you wear a Matt the Curler t-shirt? Let us know. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Tori. Erica, what's coming up on Daily Blast Live?
Well, Hallmark announces its Christmas movie lineup. How well do you know their favorite or their Christmas movies? Who starred in The Christmas Ornament, Danica McKellar or Kelly Martin? Answer still ahead. Plus, new video of the self-driving Uber crash. We won't show the impact, but we do want to know, would your reflexes have been fast enough to stop? And Queen Latifah mourns the loss of her mother. Next, we read your comments about dealing with the loss of a parent.
Question for you all. First of all, good lipstick on Ebony. I'm liking everything.
The founder of Toys R Us just passed away, just in. So may he rest in peace.
What a sad time to be
I
going
know.
when it's
That's
going
what I
bankrupt.
just said.
Now, guys, know that there is a toy maker trying to rebuild Toys R Us. So far, they're at $209 million. They're trying to get $1 billion. Just so you know,
that could solve world hunger.
Right, and also $200 million came from two guys. So just so you know,
And
they
they're
are
like
toy
store-
makers.
Yeah, they're toy makers,
people.
and if they don't raise the money by Memorial Day, everybody that gives to it, they get their money back.
Mama Latifah, rest in peace. We're going to be talking about Rita Owens, who is, of course, Queen Latifah's mom.
Like an incredible woman.
She sounded amazing.
She really did.
She really did. But I wanted to ask you very quickly, a lot of people totally agree with you. I'm not watching. We're talking about the Stormy Daniels. If she goes on, and I'm texting you, and I'm like, oh my God, she revealed a photo of blank.
Yes, I will go on.
Okay, not only will you go on, what are your thoughts then about Stormy Daniels?
Again, I still want her to go away. I
Okay,
don't care.
totally.
I don't
Okay,
care
so
if
that's
she
what I
had
wanted
sex
to know.
with the whole cabinet over there. I don't care. Go away. You know what I mean? She's exploiting what happened to her advantage. She's profiting from this. Her sales for her movies are going up. I think it's sick. You know what I mean?
What if he used the constituents' campaign money, right? The money that people donated to his campaign in order to pay her off?
What if he
No,
didn't?
but what if he did?
We don't know
What
that.
if you donated
what if he,
to his
what do you want me to say?
campaign?
That I'll shut up about it?
No, I'm just saying I'm speaking
How about the
for-
flip side? Would you shut up about it if you found out that there is no evidence?
You don't have to say shut up about it.
Well, you know what I think? I just hope that because it's Anderson's.
Well, then don't ask me about it. I'm sick of her. I don't even want to talk about it right now.
We don't have to. We'll change the subject.
If it's not good stuff and it's not real, I think that would hurt Anderson Cooper's credibility. So I think we have something to look forward to.
Oh,
you get what I'm
that's
saying?
a good point. I don't think CNN and Anderson would
Also,
do that interview.
Anderson isn't very. He can be a straight poker face, but he's got a twinkle.
CBS, you mean, not CNN, CBS.
Oh, that's right.
CBS.
Yeah. But it's Anderson doing the interview.
Oh yeah, she's going to talk, or there's no. They wouldn't.
Right.
They wouldn't.
Why wouldn't they put a little bit that someone could grab onto?
I don't know, because we grabbed onto that.
Yeah,
Everybody else
so
probably
true.
did too.
Maybe they're
But
still
you're
getting
right.
clearance.
They should.
I don't know.
You're right.
I'm just gonna get some hot coffee dumped on this.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live, the only live show that covers trending stories live, no matter where you're watching. Queen Latifah is mourning the loss of her mother, Rita Owen. The actress announced Owen's death yesterday, saying she battled a heart condition for several years. In a statement, Queen Latifah described Owens as gentle yet strong and sassy yet sweet. This got you, our fifth host, talking. Take it away, Sam Shocker.
Thank you so much, Erica. And this story definitely got us talking about our moms. And I know it's a really touchy subject for Ebony, but we want to see what DBL Nation has to say too. So let's get straight to your comments. Sharon on Facebook writes, I've lost my mom and my dad, but they were in my life until my 50s. It's hard to move forward, but I talk to them on the other side all the time. Ugh. Elizabeth says, it's always hard when your mom dies. It's a soul connection that you share, probably more than any other relationship you'll have. I'm so lucky to have my mother and father. Ebony, I know you recently lost your mother.
That's right.
And I can see it in your eyes. What advice could you give to anybody watching right now that possibly is going through that?
I think the best advice somebody gave me when I lost my mother, and my mother passed away from cancer.
There she is.
And, you know, I'm a breast cancer survivor. And the best advice is that getting over something like that, the only thing that heals is time. That's really the only thing that heals. And I thought it would be very difficult because sometimes, you know, the Lord can give you more strength than you know that you have. And it wasn't so much losing my mom that would make me, or the thought of her, the pictures of her, it was seeing my dad by himself. Because it was a constant reminder that she was not there. It's not a time, they've been together since they were 15 and 16. So that was tough. But what I do, like you said, Al, is constantly talk to her, just knowing that if you believe, you know you will be reunited with your loved ones. That's my faith, and that's what it tells me. And that was what the Lord promised, and that is what I'm looking forward to. I can't wait to see you again, Mom.
Oh,
that's wonderful. I love it. I mean, I definitely believe that, you know, I heard somebody say almost the way like our televisions, like even though like you unplug, you know, the back of your TV, the cable signal's still there. The signal's still there, even though the vessel is not the same. So I do not believe for 1 second that once somebody's dead that they're gone forever.
Right.
I just think they've just transformed into a different form of energy.
Yeah, you've lost your father and you speak to him constantly.
Yeah, always.
Thank you for sharing that.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I know my hands are sweaty, sorry.
No, that's okay.
Right.
Maria writes on Facebook, the loss of your mother is a very difficult process in life. It takes time and holding on to all the great memories. It's all part of life. Wow. Thank you, DBL Nation, for chiming in. Thanks to you,
Thank you, Ebony, for sharing.
Thank you.
I know how hard it is.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, we're going to move on to Kate the Great. We need your levity, Kate. The new cover of Time magazine is spreading a powerful message. Guest co-host Kate Welshover from our Buffalo affiliate WGRZ has this story.
Thank you, Sam. Well, students from the Parkland school shooting will head to the March for Our Lives event this Saturday, and Time magazine is helping to spread their message. Jacqueline Corin, Alex Wind, Emma Gonzalez, Cameron Caskey, and David Hogg are all on the April cover of the magazine, stamped with the word enough. They're standing up to politicians, the NRA, and they're challenging the country to end gun violence. And later on in the show, a Parkland shooting victim's mother starts her own movement to keep our kids safe. Don't miss Erica's conversation with the mom who has turned her pain into power. Back to you.
Those students are absolutely inspiring. And I hate that they've had to rise up because of the gun violence. But wow, we are witnessing change.
Glad they did. And I think it's one of those things too. If you told them that this was going to happen ahead of time, sometimes, like we were talking about strength, you didn't think that you could get past it, but your strength will take you through to the next level when there's tragedy.
Creating a movement.
That's right.
Erica, what's coming up on Daily Blast Live?
Well, time is ticking before Toys R Us vanishes forever. But not if you help raise $1 billion. We'll show you how. And give the gift of yourself. Next, Al Jackson sounds off on the jumbo lollipop created to look just like you.
Hey everyone, it's Connor Ashley. So trending right now is Taco Bell because they will. Hey, Taco Bell's
I was like,
trending
food?
right now.
Hello.
So they'll be coming out with their own tortilla chips.
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell will.
Okay.
Yeah. So they look like this. They're going to be based on their hot sauce packets that they offer in store. So they'll have like mild, fire, hot, regular, classic, and things like that. They will be offered in grocery stores everywhere. And people are thinking that they're trying to compete with the Doritos.
Yeah, my first thought is Tostitos or Doritos, right?
Yeah.
Exactly, they're trying to go that
Now
route.
the thing is that they also have sort of a partnership with Doritos in their food chains because they have the Dorito Loco tacos, but they will not be replacing the Dorito taco with their own sort of brand tacos, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, halfway through I just got hungry and stuff. Like I'm just like now all I want is Taco Bell.
Yeah, same.
That's
But
I mean,
anyway,
right?
would you guys try these?
Yeah, are you guys down for these Taco Bell chips?
I'm down.
I'm down too. And the only reason we kind of jumped on this segment is that was a tough segment. We're all letting Ebony rest a little and feel, but you guys are writing in a lot about hugs and prayers to you and your family, Ebony, so I'll make sure she gets all that. I just wanted to sort of lift up the moment for a little bit, and that's Taco Bell always does it for me. Let's talk Celine Dion.
Yeah. Well, I was actually thinking with that, it's going to impact Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
And that's what we talk about
That's
most on the
what
show.
comes to my mind.
That's
Yeah, I know,
true.
that is. Yeah, so Celine Dion, if you were a fan of her and if you're planning on seeing her in Las Vegas, there are blackout dates now. So her concerts from March 27th to April 18th have been canceled for emergency ear surgery.
And that sounds bad. I've heard of this.
So, yeah.
Eustachian tube.
Yeah, so apparently what she's suffering through is that she can actually hear her voice and breathing, and there's clicking noises, and it's uncomfortable, especially when your profession is being a singer and an entertainer.
Yeah, imagine that. All you hear is like, my heart, and like in your ear.
Yeah, so she's making attempts to really make her performances better through this. So apologies if you had this. Look out for concerts in the future. She's such a stand-up performer.
She is amazing, and she'll come back, but you don't want to have to hear yourself breathing. There's a story in the New York Times, someone having a hair in their ear, and it felt like something in there, and it was like torture. So let's hope, prayers to Celine Dion.
Welcome back to DBL. It's time now for Al Sounds Off, when Al Jackson goes off on the wildest stories he can find. What's up, buddy?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good, man. Let's get into this.
All
Al,
right.
try and follow me here, okay?
All right.
Would you like to lick a lollipop of yourself licking a lollipop?
Oh, I don't know. Probably no. I don't know, Jeff, I'm loving this. You know, who knew that you could, make a body part and make it into a sucker? Have bachelorette parties figured this out yet? And Jeff, I would have this done on myself, but I'm too sweet already.
Ooh, I like
wait,
that.
Jeff, I think I hit that on the nose. All right, let's keep going.
But we got him. All right, South Carolina's, wow, you're getting good at that, Al. South Carolina's Boat Farm Treehouse may be the perfect place for your next romantic getaway. The $400 a night Airbnb just released a new promotion for its VIP members. Check it out.
VIPs will get access to our new fire pit and firewood from our farm. You're going to love making s'mores by your very own private campfire.
Yeah, you'll get the ultimate s'mores kit for two. You'll get 2 Bolt Farm Collector's coffee mugs and also a Bolt Farm scented eco-friendly candle.
Have the time of your life in this one-of-a-kind space, and please come back as often as you'd like.
What are we waiting for?
Yeah, I know. Let's do this. I mean, finally, both you and your partner can wake up to morning. And it's a treehouse.
It's a treehouse.
Yeah,
I get it.
I just don't like that it's sponsored by a candle company. I mean, what, they couldn't find a chainsaw company to kick in some money? It's not a great idea, but you know what? I tried to stay there, but it's too noisy. The Keebler elves are up partying all night. So I'm going to pass this one.
All
Let's go to the last
we've
one.
heard of beauty bars, but what about beauty beers? Let's check this out.
All right, now, Jeff, I'm just loving this. It's beer and glitter, my 2 favorite things that don't involve Mariah Carey's movie. Jeff, I just love the glitter beer because you know what? Guess what, buddy? Unicorns got to get drunk, too.
I hear you, buddy. Cheers.
Cheers to you, brother.
Look at our glitter beers.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. That's Al Sounds Off, everybody. We are live. Digital producer Raquel Villanueva with news at the moment.
Katy Perry just announced a show to help out her hometown. She's planning a benefit concert in Santa Barbara, and it's all to raise money for those affected by the deadly fire and floods in the area. The show is set for May 19th and might have just sold out, but you can still help donate to the cause. We'll post that link on our social pages.
All right, thanks, Raquel. Still ahead on Daily Blast Live, the special connection between a boy and his little cow, a friendship forged on the farm, next in Heart Threads. And earlier we asked you who starred in the TV movie The Christmas Ornament. The answer, Keely Martin. There you go, more Christmas movie trivia fun still ahead.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by this.
Welcome back. In today's Heart Threads, James and his cow Georgia share a special bond, and together the two are an award-winning farm show team, one of my favorite Heart Threads ever. Take a look. This boy and this cow share a special bond. James and Georgia are an award-winning farm show team. James, who has dwarfism, was paralyzed at age 3 during a surgery, but he hasn't let that hold him back. He wanted to get involved with showing animals. And Georgia was a perfect fit. She also has dwarfism.
She understands me and she just walks with me and just love her so much.
Together, the two won first place in their very first show together. They plan to keep working their way to the top.
Some people may look at James and think he could never do that. But like I said, when James sets his mind to something, he's going to give it his all.
Love that. Cute little cow.
I love that.
We have a lot of comments for you, Ebony. From Shirley DeBose Taft on YouTube, hugs to Ebony. Thank you so much for sharing. Tammy Gibson on YouTube, amen, Ebony. Love what you said. Hugs to you.
Thank you.
Singing Mary on YouTube, hugs and prayers to you and your family, Ebony. And also, I have a few comments, because we have a little bit of time in regards to Trump and Joe Biden. Peggy Williams, I think both of them are behaving badly on Twitter. There are more political figures who are also making crazy, irrational, and extremely demeaning remarks. All of them need to check themselves.
Great stuff.
I agree with that.
Thank you again for sharing.
Thank you.
Ebony.
Big hug to y'all out there.
You are not alone. Thank you, DBL Nation. And you could soon face a fine on the spot for sexual harassment. The proposal has you talking. Plus, new video of the self-driving Uber that hit a pedestrian. Would you have stopped in time? And Tiffany Haddish bringing down the house at a wedding. The hilarious speech when Daily Blast Live comes back.
Coming up, we're going to be showing you guys a Hallmark quiz. I don't know if you guys think of yourselves as Hallmark geniuses. Sam does. So Jeff's going to be reading off which titles are real and which ones aren't. I've never seen Hallmark or Lifetime, which is crazy. You're a Lifetime person, aren't you?
Lifetime. Now, you've received a Hallmark card before, though, right?
I have received a Hallmark card. I've been in a Hallmark store.
Right.
Don't know the difference between a Hallmark movie and a Lifetime movie. Is there a big difference, Sam or Ebony?
I would say so.
I would say Hallmarks are more upbeat and like,
oh, yeah.
Lifetime is going to be some drama.
Am I going to be crying if I'm watching Lifetime?
You'll be crying in both. Hallmark's a feel-good cry. Lifetime is speaking of like death, destruction, drugs.
Like murders or one of the best Lifetime movies I saw. It was a girl that was like a call girl, a lady of the night, right? And she was at this hotel, and the men would come to her hotel room. She knew what time to meet them. She opened up the door. It was her dad.
Whoa! So that's like our camera guy just went, whoa. So that's a Lifetime.
Yeah, that's a Lifetime movie.
You're a prostitute and you open your door to a clientele and it's the dad.
It's your dad.
Like that's a Lifetime.
So it's your dad.
So give me a Hallmark plot. A Hallmark plot. There's a prostitute and a dad and a surprise.
A Hallmark plot would be a big powered lawyer making all kinds of money. Yeah. She finds out she has to go home to help save their family farm, then falls in love with the ranch hand and decides to abandon her crazy life.
I'm a Hallmark person. I'm a Hallmark person.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. I'm Sam Shocker, joined by Jeff Schroeder, Al Jackson, and Ebony Steele. Let's get started with your top trending stories. We're getting our very first look at the dash cam footage of that deadly collision between a self-driving Uber and a pedestrian. And we want you to be the judge. Does this make you think differently about self-driving vehicles? And we warn you, this video might be disturbing to some viewers. Here we see the car traveling at night before crashing. Here we go into a 49-year-old woman walking her bicycle across the lane. And even in slow motion, it all happened so fast in the blink of an eye. And she has reflectors on her bike, but you don't see them until literally the impact. And now we also have video of Uber's human backup driver. Her job is to take over if there's a problem, but her gaze, look at her, does seem to be distracted until the very final incident. Would she have seen the reflectors on the bicycle?
One would hope. Yeah. But this looks like there's a lot of human error here. I mean, it looks like she was, I was in Arizona performing last week. Anybody that knows, Arizona is the desert and it gets super dark out there. I mean, that wasn't like the center of the city we're talking about. That seemed like it was in the outskirts. Right. And it was super dark. I didn't see a crosswalk there. I'm not speaking ill of the dead. We've all made mistakes. I've crossed against the crosswalk before, so we all make mistakes. And unfortunately, it might have cost this woman her life.
Like in Santa Monica, where I moved from, it's very scary because I didn't know the rule, but pedestrians could just walk out into traffic if there's a crosswalk. And when I first moved there, I almost hit, in the daylight, paying attention, I almost hit a lot of people. And I had to like brake and stop because people just walk out and assume that the car is going to stop. In Chicago, you watch out for the cars, not the other way around.
Same with New York,
yeah, and this is unfortunate. There was no stop sign, no crosswalk, no stoplight.
But the woman that was there to prevent any sort of tragedy from happening last second, she's looking on her phone. I'm not okay with that.
Absolutely. And she had one job and one job only, and that is to, while a car is driving, that you monitor it. I'm going to ask you guys a question. Would we forgive an airline pilot if this was a plane and the plane was on autopilot and something happened? No. You're still supposed to be paying attention to what's going on, period.
Amen.
But this woman wasn't a skilled pilot. She just probably answered her job on Craigslist.
She's being paid. For sure. That's her job. She's being paid, though.
Yeah, but what
somebody died. I'm not saying that she could have
How many non-automated cars are people on their cell phones on right now as we're having this conversation?
But we're not talking about those conversations.
But we should be.
We're
going to set back production on this 5 years when this is happening daily.
And Toyota has stopped their testing right now to
just saying
look into this. So I mean, it is holding it back.
All right, DeMille Nation, chime in. We want to hear what you have to say. A new proposal in France today has Americans talking. The president and the minister for gender equality, that is a real thing in France. I wish we had it here. Are backing legislation that would fine people on the spot for sexual harassment. DeMille Nation, what do you think? Should we have a similar law here in the U.S.? So if you are saying something demeaning to a man or a woman, if you're catcalling, if you're going to say something sexist, that can be a fine on the spot, anywhere from $110 to $920. And if it's repeated behavior, you could be given a fine even more than that.
I do have a question with this because, like, let's say hypothetically, like you're interviewing a really attractive Australian firefighter, and when he comes on the screen, you say the sun has risen. What would Sam do without $920?
You're right. There is a double standard there. But that fireman, in my defense, that fireman was there.
He was attractive, too.
He was very attractive. He was there to talk about his...
We're up to 1800.
He did have a calendar where he was selling his
The purpose was for him to be gawked over.
Yes.
Basically, that's what that's about.
Wait, but what if Jeff said that? What if me and Jeff said that about a woman that had a sundress on? Like she's wearing that to be gawked over.
Then I want to know what kind of sundress that is, because I want to be gawked over in a sundress.
That's
okay. So now you want to be gawked over. So like, where's the fine?
I think that you are blending these. I see where you're going with it, but it's a lot different.
Down logical lane?
No, I think it's different. If I were to be walking down the street being catcalled because I'm wearing, and then being told I deserve that catcall because what I'm wearing.
No one said deserved.
As opposed to. I'm not defending my behavior, but as opposed to someone who is selling his body in these charitable calendars and going on a show to have fun with it, you can't equate the two. I see that there's a line, I see that there's a blurred line there, but there's still a line, in my opinion.
I mean, but if we're going to be handing out fines, we need to have defined lines. You can't say it's a blurred line when you start talking about people's pocketbooks.
That's a good point.
So, like, what's the line? If it's like, if Jeff works out all summer and gets his guns going, and he has a tank top on, and some girl goes, "Hey, nice guns over there." Is that
sexual harassment to you?
Can he complain?
It isn't to me.
Right, but that's the thing, to you.
Exactly.
But it might be
but women also are
else.
called constantly. You can't walk from here to the nearby Starbucks without getting whistled at, catcalled, hollered at, give them your name, and guess what? Sometimes if you don't wave to them and act like it's a compliment, you're told you're a B.
Yeah,
you're told you're a C.
I know that's no, it's not right. It's not right.
It's not right.
But I will say, because I know. I'm sorry.
I just want to see DeMille Nation, 71%. No, they should go to court. They don't think it would be there should be a fine.
Well, and see, the thing I was going to say, I love what Jeff says all the time about, hey, let's get past this, let's move. When you go to court, I think that this would help not waste taxpayers' money if you did it immediately, because when you go to the court in the legal system, it takes time, and then that's more money.
I was going to say, our courts are already
we got to move on.
Right.
We are live. Digital producer Raquel Villanueva has news at the moment.
Well, just a week after Toys R Us said it would shut down its stores, the company's founder has died. Charles Lazarus was 94 years old. He started the company in 1948 and stayed with it until 1994, eventually selling off his shares. But right now, there is a GoFundMe page set up to save the company he founded, Toys R Us, and it's already raised $200 million. The campaign has some big investors hoping to raise $1 billion by Memorial Day with your help. The money isn't raised in time. It will be refunded to everyone who donated money to the cause. Now, we'll post that link on our social pages.
Hold on. Raquel, what did we raise for Puerto Rico?
Yeah.
Can we get a number on that? Not from Raquel.
Obviously
what did Puerto Rico get?
Right. I get it.
This failed toy store. The reason Toy Store is going out of business because y'all don't go. So stop trying to act like you're trying to bring these companies back. You guys would like to sit at home, just like me, and order off our phone. So let's not act like we're all like super sad about Toys R Us.
What was that, Raquel?
Do you want government numbers or do you want personal fundraising? Personal fundraising. I'll start looking it up.
All right, thank you.
Okay, Raquel will let us know, but that's a great point.
Right.
Nice.
Comedian Tiffany Haddish is going viral again. That's your girl for
Tiffany.
her hilarious and heartfelt speech at model Chanel Iman's wedding to New York Giant Sterling Shepard. Check it out.
I could see his soul. I looked into his eyeballs when you brought him to the comedy club. That's a good man. You grab him, you got him. You better worship the ground she walk on, cause she got a gangster that got her back. Sorry, Pastor.
Too cool. And speaking of too cool, friend of the show, Lauren Mack, was there. Yes, she was, for the wedding. And there she is, just hanging out, you know, pretty chill with supermodel Chrissy Teigen. No big deal.
And that's little Preston right there, too.
Preston was in the wedding. And guess who joins us now
beautiful.
from New York to give us the inside scoop? Lauren Mack. Hey, girl.
Hi, guys.
What's up?
Hey, Lauren,
Hi.
give us all the deets. I got my tea ready.
Okay, get the tea, piping hot, girl. It was, first of all, it was the most beautiful wedding, the most amazing backdrop. The place was cracking, and the cocktails were clearly an open bar, as evidenced by Tiffany's eloquent speech. But, you know, it was really interesting. This speech actually came on the heels of the best man speech, which was very conservative and typical. And then Tiffany, honey, she just grabbed the mic and started taking off. After this speech was over, she gave a little crip walk dance off the stage. So, needless to say, it was Tiffany and Henny that night.
Now, if memory serves, it was Kanye West and Henny that caused the infamous Taylor Swift situation.
That's exactly right.
Now,
Tennessee gets you in trouble.
That's right. Now, Lauren, tell me this. Please tell me that no one tried to give a speech after Tiffany, because I know she's been known to shut things down.
Well, like I said, there was a crip walk right after that speech, and I think that was the end of the show.
I think that's the end of any wedding.
Yeah, it's a good way to end it.
See, walk it out.
I love a day in the life of Lauren Mack, girl.
I know.
I envy you. We
Love you,
miss
girl.
you. We
We'll
hope
see
to
you
see you
soon.
soon.
I love you guys, too. Have a wonderful show.
Bye,
Lauren.
Bye.
Wow,
And also, thank you for that. Lauren gave us our display.
Yeah.
It's
She's so
beautiful.
talented.
Lauren's always with us.
You know what I love about Tiffany Haddish? She repeats her dresses a lot, and she talks about it.
We love that.
I love the fact that she's
Relatable.
comfortable in her own skin.
Yep.
Yes.
And Hallmark Channel, this is very exciting news, just announced a record number of Christmas movies for 2018. 34 new movies. Here at DBL, I'm a huge Hallmark.
Can I leave?
Maybe I'll have you sit and watch one with me. Maybe that'll
Have you seen one
turn
before?
your
No.
Grinch heart.
If Mark watches one, I'll sit there with you guys.
I don't think Mark watches that. That's my husband. All right, well, here at DBL, our favorite holiday movie isn't a Hallmark one. No, it's our very own Jeff Schroeder's film, Wish for Christmas. Let's watch it again.
You're supposed to be helping people. It's Christmas.
We're not the bad guys.
I don't know how to undo what I've done.
You can't give someone else faith. You have to discover it.
But I don't have time for that.
You got to make time for that.
Those shoulders off.
Yeah, Al will watch that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will watch that. Well, it'll be Christmas in July. Is July here yet?
We're in April, bro.
It's April.
I haven't seen it. You want to watch it together?
I will sit there and watch.
Let's actually do that.
I'll watch Wish for Christmas.
Let's just say, Sam.
Okay.
We're
you're
in March, not April. Sorry about that.
you're a
You're still mad
Hallmark
about the
movie
firefighter.
buff, right? You're a super fan. You know them all.
Hallmark Christmas movies, yes.
All right, watch, because we're going to play a little game.
Oh,
all
God,
right?
the pressure's
Is this a
on.
Christmas
Great.
movie or not? I'm going to give you the title, and you tell me if it's real
My
or
money's
fake.
on Shocker.
All right, you guys can guess too.
More
Here's the
pressure.
first one: A Christmas Wedding Tale. It's love at first sight for Rusty the Labrador and Sherry the Poodle when they meet at the park, and their owners fall in love too.
I have not seen that one, but I feel like
say
that is
yes.
that's a Hallmark Christmas movie.
It's real. Made in 2011, starring Jenny Garth, of course.
Oh, I love me some
Correct. There you
Jenny
go.
Garth.
Okay, number 2, Oh Holy Fight. A family feud gets out of control when the Connor family gets snowed in on Christmas.
I can't imagine a Hallmark Christmas movie being called Oh Holy Fight. No. No.
You know your Hallmark movies. That's
They
fake.
would never have a negative title like that.
Yeah. All right, I like that. That was a good one, whoever wrote that. I know who did. Okay, a boyfriend for Christmas. A strangely familiar man may be the answer to a 33-year-old woman's holiday wish for true love.
Yep.
Or is he?
I've seen that one. That is a real Hallmark Christmas movie.
Sam!
What year was it made?
I would say 2014.
Drop the 1. 2004.
Oh, well, they replay that one all the time.
What's your favorite?
A Wish for Christmas.
Yeah! Correct answer. 10 points. All right.
Sam, 3 for 3, proving me right. I told you.
Good job.
What do I get?
You get this beautiful centerpiece from Lauren Mack.
Not fair. Okay, I'm taking it home. Eric, what's coming up on Daily Blast Live?
Well, coming up, a two-man crew adventure perfect for March Madness as the guys search for the best buffalo wings outside of Buffalo. And a mother's mission, how one woman is stepping up for kids after her daughter passed away in the Florida school shooting.
Okay, wait, we got a game here.
We got a game here, guys. We're gonna ask what host is most likely to. So I'm gonna ask a question. You guys are gonna tell me what you think, which host is most likely to do this, okay?
Cool.
Thank you. Spend hours deciding where to get food.
I don't know. Because she's got more of a
vegan thing.
She's got to search harder.
But Erica's also very good at searching for
But
good
Erica
food.
knows.
Yeah, Erica does know.
I would go Sam.
Sam. Ebony? Okay. Who says bro as both an insult and a compliment? I feel like that's Jeff.
I hate that it's me.
I think that is you. All right, wants to be, okay, that's not either of us. Hold on. Would steal a street sign.
Would steal a street sign? Al, and put in his apartment?
Yeah.
What am I, Zach Morris? So put a street sign in my apartment.
How about stop sign? Okay, hold on.
When I was little, I did one of those yield signs in my apartment.
Okay, one.
Steel Boulevard down there by Cherry Creek.
Which host was all about Abercrombie and Fitch?
I think Jeff.
I definitely think
But do
Jeff.
women wear Abercrombie?
Yeah, I did.
would feel like you did.
What's the
I tried.
question?
Which host would wear most Abercrombie? I feel like
Yeah, that's Tori.
Definitely you, 'cause you're
would wear, I
preppy.
would wear Abercrombie. I mean, I would wear a hoodie, but you would shop there.
I did shop
I have
there.
a question too. Who gives useless facts about old presidents from the 1700s?
Never makes. Oh, hold on. Okay, 30 seconds. Last one. Reportedly, okay. Thinks they could take that guy. Always thinks he could take that guy.
Like fight him?
Yeah.
Joe Biden.
Sam.
Erica Cobb.
Sam tried to square up with Jeff the other day.
Such a good game.
March Madness is in full swing, and that means more people are ordering chicken wings. That's right. And of course, our two-man crew, Jeff and Al, had to find some of the best wings in Denver. And guess who they took with them? Check it out.
What's up, guys? Jeff and Al here, two-man crew with our newest Buffalo Soldier, Kate Welshofer.
We're here at Fire on the Mountain, but Kate, why did you bring us here?
Well, I found out they have some of the best wings in Denver.
Really?
You guys need an education.
Before we get wings, what should we get?
Classic.
Just
Buffalo-style chicken wing.
Do you know what buffalo sauce is made of?
Yes.
What is it?
It's hot sauce and butter. It's really simple, really delicious.
So we're just gonna get wings with the side of ranch, right? What?
Blue cheese. Don't even. We're gonna pretend you didn't even say ranch.
Oh, maybe we should just call it an extra because I don't want to say any more.
Let's AJ around. AJ.
Look at this. So what do we have here? So we have our Jamaican jerk and our barbecue, and we have our traditional hot. Call this one the Hefe sauce or the boss sauce, and this one's the super hot.
Is this the ranch?
That's the ranch.
All right, just take that.
All right,
it's gotta go.
What in your mind makes a really good wing?
We use fresh, never frozen, and then the secondary label is really it's a sauce. We make all the sauce fresh daily.
Fresh.
That's right. I like that. All right, we got our beer, we got our wings. So what other fun buffalo wing facts do you know?
One fun fact is that in Buffalo, we just call them wings. So, you know, they were invented there, 1964, and it's a great story. There were people in a bar, they were hungry, they didn't really have anything to serve, so they were like, you know what, let's just whip up some fried chicken wings, roll them in some sauce, serve them. That was it. The rest is history.
Really?
Yeah, at the Anchor Bar in Buffalo.
Wow.
Kate, I would say thanks for visiting Daily Blast Live, but guess what? You're family now.
Oh, hey.
Cheers.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah.
Cheers, everybody.
Thanks for having me.
Right.
Yeah,
Don't
Kate.
mess with Kate and her chicken wings.
Bon appetit.
Yeah, very knowledgeable. You have to be in Buffalo, though.
Yeah.
Is it a thing
Yeah.
there in Buffalo? It's a thing.
Well, for sure. I mean, it's kind of known for that, and you know, people like it's fun to have like those regional snacks.
I've always wanted to ask an expert this. How do you feel about boneless buffalo wings? Because I feel like they're not buffalo wings if they're boneless. They're just cutlets.
Well, yeah, it feels like it doesn't taste the same. There's something
about the bone in there that gives it another seasoning or taste.
Kate, what would you think of vegan chicken wings?
I tried them.
What'd you think?
I mean, it was good.
What'd you think?
That's what I ate. So I didn't eat chicken wings. I kept it real.
And Sam, he ate them even after the shoot. He ate the entire basket. So
Yummy.
They were good.
And Kate,
yeah.
what is that? I didn't bring him here. That's ranch.
Look how
That's
bad she gets with the ranch.
Oh, yeah, we need blue cheese.
Don't cross her.
We're moving on. Good job, Kate. Ryan Reynolds just tweeted out some very important info. We need to get to Tori Shulman because she has those details coming in hot.
I sure do. Attention, Marvel fans. Ryan Reynolds just tweeted the new trailer for Deadpool 2. Ryan is back as his trademark character Deadpool, also known as the Merc with a mouth. This time he's forming his own super team, calling it the X-Force. Take a look.
Woo! Oh, you're living the dreams, DP.
We're gonna form a super duper group. That's what we're gonna do.
Our group will be forward thinking, gender neutral. We will be known as X-Force.
Isn't that a little derivative?
You're absolutely right. And that is why the man bun is just a millennial mullet.
Oh, God, I wish I finished college.
Deadpool 2 hits theaters May 18th.
Thank you so much, Tori. And coming up on Daily Blast Live, meet a mother who turned her sadness into solutions after her daughter was killed in the Florida school shooting. Her stepping up story is next.
To learn how to enjoy them around here.
That's true. Oh, ouch. That was a burn on, or non-burn because it's freezing cold.
I just told Sam that you delivered that story like aliens had landed at the White House.
I know. In the middle of it, I felt you talking to Sam being like, why is she talking like that? I was like, don't talk like that.
Next up, Marvel's trailer.
I thought I'd go somewhere with it, but it didn't go anywhere. I agree. It was weird. We're playing Which Host Most... Yeah, it's amazing.
I haven't seen it.
It's R-rated, so it's funny.
Yeah, I try to watch on the flight. I just keep going to sleep on these international flights.
Yeah, it's time to go schleffy. Yeah. Okay, we're saying which host would be most likely to. Okay. Up first, who would watch Planet Earth for 5 hours?
I would. I'd watch that.
I would
just
too.
Like the marvels of the Earth?
I feel like he would.
Yeah.
Who knows more about Kim Kardashian than you do?
Who knows the most about the Kardashians?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know a lot.
You know a lot?
I know a lot.
Wow.
Which, hold on. Who is very bad at directions? Tori. Or is the camera this way? See what I did there? Okay. That's a harsh one. Who could do a whole lot better? My God, that seems very rude.
Something you write in with your sisters and the boyfriend?
Yeah, right.
Oh, look at this one.
You could have done a lot better. Okay, we will not go to that one.
Whose boyfriend's still active on Bumble?
Yeah.
Whose husband is most likely to cheat?
Yeah.
Who always wants to light poop on fire?
I would say not me. Some people are pyros.
I know.
And I'm not, but I do like the smell
Jeff
of
would do it, I feel like.
I love candles though.
I do too.
I'm addicted to candles to the point where, like Sam and her husband, they have a candle company. They bring me candles because I go through candles.
I do go through candles, and I listen to Indigo Girls, and I write terrible poetry.
Aren't you irritated when you buy candles that don't have the scent?
Yeah, it's just a wax pillar. What am I doing with a wax pillar?
Yeah, I'm not reading to this.
I don't need it for the Lou.
Tori.
I need it for lights.
Tori.
3, 2.
Time now for Stepping Up, our recognition of people stepping up to keep kids safe. Today, a mother pours her grief and pain into action after her daughter was killed trying to dodge bullets at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School.
14-year-old Alyssa Al-Hadaf was a gifted soccer player. The beloved student was in the first classroom the gunman entered. Alyssa was shot ducking behind her desk. The next day, Alyssa's mom, Lori, let out her raw grief and anguish, demanding change.
President Trump, you say, what can you do? You can stop the guns from getting into these children's hands. Put metal detectors at every entrance to the schools. What can you do? You can do a lot.
Lori is not waiting for change. She is the change. She has founded Make School Safe, a nonprofit determined to make school safer.
Alyssa's mom, Lori Al-Hadaf, joins us now. Lori, thank you for joining us, and our deepest condolences to you and your family. You said that you don't want to turn away these troubled students. Now, this week, parents in Michigan turned in their son after learning his plans to shoot up his school. What would you say to those parents?
Thank you. At the end of the day, parents, we're the first line of defense. It starts with us. Knowing what's going on in our kids' social media, knowing their friends, knowing the environment in their house. Are guns available for these kids? Can they access them? Parents have to be parents and let teachers be teachers and police officers be police officers.
Absolutely. Now, you're going to Washington for March for Our Lives. What does it mean to you to see Alyssa's classmates make such an impact in this movement?
I'm so proud of Alyssa's classmates. They are Alyssa's voice. They are fighting for Alyssa. And part of my nonprofit organization, I've established a dream team of kids. And these kids are going to be the voice. These kids are the ones that are going to get the job done.
Well, Lori, thank you so much to you, to your dream team. Lori Alhadeff, thank you for joining us today on Daily Blast Live.
Okay, thank you very much.
And we're rooting for you.
An incredible interview. We are live. Let's go to digital producer Brett Forrest with news at the moment.
Hey, if you're looking for a date with former White House Communications Director Hope Hicks, do not ask the president. According to a new book titled The Trump White House, Changing the Rules of the Game, coming out April 3rd. The book says, quote, billionaires are constantly asking Trump to set them up with Hicks, and the president repeatedly says no. The book also states that Hicks was always too consumed with her work to consider dating until recently, when she was linked to embattled Trump aide Rob Porter. But now she's out of a job. Back to you guys.
Wow. I'm sure she'll be releasing a book and going on a speaking tour very soon.
I'm surprised Brett's not tweeting her.
We love your viral videos here at DBL, like this one of two T-Rexes who decided to take over the gym. Okay, you knew those little arms were good for climbing.
I think those are hilarious.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare.
We talked about a GoFundMe campaign to save Toys R Us. And Al, remember, you wanted to know what we raised for the Puerto Rico relief effort, the hurricane relief effort. Raquel, what did you find out?
So I went and looked online, and there's lots of scattered numbers, but in October, the Red Cross announced they had raised $31 million for Maria. Now that's compared to Harvey, who had $350 million at that time. Celebrities like J-Lo did donate $1 million to the cause, but articles came out as early as 2 days ago that said that Puerto Rico still desperately needs our help.
So let's say we put that money there.
$31 million.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
To $200 for Toys R Us and a
I know.
All right.
Yeah. Well, let's end on it. We have a couple funny moments. Let's try and. Oh, we don't. We don't have enough time. All right. The stories never stop.
Donate to Puerto Rico.
We don't either. We are live on YouTube and Facebook. Donate to Puerto Rico.
Please.
And keep the conversation going.
Puerto Rico's part of this country and they need to be recognized. It's not this random island that they're pushed off as. This is ridiculous. It's a major American city still underwater.
And we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday.
Yeah.
Almost there, guys.
Go for it.
Okay, gotcha.
We're unbuckling.
And then when you say ultimately,
Hi guys, am I on?
Right. Okay, cool. I'll just follow along.
Thank you. Am I on? Hi guys, this is just a little hashtag BTS. Do you know what that means?
Behind the scenes.
All right. I just learned that.
We did that yesterday.
Well, I just learned it yesterday.
This is to be.
You guys make a cool video today?
To be.
Yeah.
Yes. Would you make it on?
We're best friends, by the way. We made it on Deadpool. We watched the trailer for Deadpool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. I
love Ryan. I liked him from Two Guys, a Girl, in the Pizza Place. Oh my God, I loved him. He was.
How about Van Wilder?
Van Wilder.
So
good.
He's funny.
Yeah.
I like Ryan Reynolds.
No, I'm glad that it's like, I don't know, for the longest time he was making things that weren't great.
I wasn't liking his picks.
Yeah.
But now I like that Deadpool's. I like that it's rated R, good action, but very funny.
Yes.
Very funny.
All right, let's do it.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Thursday, March 22nd, and we are the only live show that covers what you're talking about right now. Never before seen surveillance video of the Las Vegas gunman before the massacre. Every movement, every interaction caught on camera. Plus, your first look at Stormy Daniels' 60 Minutes appearance. How much damage could she really do? And could you be fined on the spot for sexual harassment? Let's get started. Take it away, Jeff Schroeder.
Thank you so much, Sam Shacker. We are live, Tori. I'm here with Erica Cobb, Tori Shulman, and guest co-host Kate Welshofer. Kate's here all week from our sister station WGRZ in Buffalo. Actually, is today your last day, Kate?
Yes.
So we're gonna have to go out. We're gonna have to go out with a bang here.
I know. I'm sad.
All right, let's make it good, guys.
Okay.
For Kate.
Okay.
For Kate.
Usually I make it bad, but
just
yeah.
for today.
I know, just for you.
All right, guys, let's get serious because this is a serious story. New surveillance video footage of the Las Vegas gunman has just been released. MGM just released the videos showing Las Vegas shooter Stephen Paddock's week leading up to the massacre. It shows mundane tasks like checking in. There he is. He's gambling right there. He's eating sushi in this one. He's buying snacks here, obviously, but it also shows how hotel staff unknowingly aided him bringing in, this is the live shot right here that they put together, bag after bag, and these are the days, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, constantly bringing in bags, total 21 in total, into his suite over the 7 days. Ultimately, he built this arsenal in his suite. There's his staff actually checking him in to his room, so that was that, but then we do have the arsenal of all the weapons that he brought in there after the shooting. I thought we had the picture, but we'll show the picture. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Maybe it's not. I mean, I don't know. I want to say this guy just looks like a normal guy. Like, how do you have those thoughts here? But then you go about your day
There's the arsenal,
there's the arsenal I was talking about. Doing normal things. That's the part I don't understand.
I'm not going to jump on you for saying normal because I think that's what's going through everyone's head. But my question is, why is normal going through anyone's head? Because at the end of the day, what are we expecting to see from someone who decides to have a mass or facilitate a mass shooting. I think the reason why we think that it's so normal and it's like, wow, that's so strange that it happened was because he's white and he was upper middle class, and we're used to there being a certain type of person, a certain type of profile that commits these types of acts. And that's the reason why we feel like this is normal. Today there was an incident, or I was watching television, and they described the Austin bomber as someone, or a young man with deep issues.
There he is, yeah.
If that boy was brown, we would not be calling him a young man with deep issues. We'd be calling him exactly what he is, a domestic terrorist.
And I will.
And I do applaud what you're saying. I was just saying, like, the social aspect of it all. Like, maybe you're exactly right, though. But I'm thinking, like, you would be locked in a room preparing, doing stuff, not eating sushi and, like, enjoying your day. But you're right. What is normal?
And also, if you do think of normal, he does look like a terrorist, because domestic terrorism, 74% is of white males in this country. So when you think of, if that guy had a turban on, exactly what you said, would you see, and he's walking around, would you say that guy's still normal? Probably not. Remember when 9/11, the guys who were on the airplane, people like, I could see in their eyes, you could see in the walking, and they don't describe it as this very normal thing. Well, normal domestic terrorism, and I hate to say this, has a lot to do with white loner males, and we're seeing it over and over and over again, and they're not disturbed, they're terrorists.
Watching all of this, it's about 7 or 8 minutes, the video, all of it together. Right. And as I'm watching it, initially my reaction is I just felt sick to my stomach, because you're just watching all of this unfold. You're watching all of these, you know, very regular everyday behaviors going on, and as time went on, I just started to find myself getting more and more angry, and also looking at people who were helping him out, just staff.
They had no idea.
They had no idea. You know, these are people, anytime you go to a restaurant or to a hotel, you know, it's a service industry. They want to make you comfortable and help you in any way, and oh, you have a lot of bags, and I'm just thinking, those people now
have to live with that.
Yeah, when it's no fault of their own.
He was staying in a very expensive suite as well, so that's why they were helping. I'm sure he was tipping them as well. So
that's true.
Yeah,
crazy. We are live. Digital producer Brett Forrest has some news at the moment.
Hey guys, the Dow Jones closed moments ago, posting the worst March loss in 17 years. At the closing bell, the Dow was down 722 points, or about 3%. This after President Trump signed new tariffs on Chinese imports today. Investors are on edge amid trade concerns and worry in the tech center with Facebook's ongoing privacy woes. The social network has lost nearly $50 billion since the Cambridge Analytica scandal broke over the weekend.
Scary, man.
Yeah.
Scary. Our stock market is like crazy. It's up and then it's down, and it's I don't even look at my stocks.
It's like mood swings.
Yeah.
I just don't want to look at it. That's exactly right. Which is probably a bad thing.
No, it's a bad thing, but it's
terribly uninformed.
I think you hit it right on the nose.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Speaking of Facebook, founder Mark Zuckerberg has finally come forward to apologize after news broke that a data firm with ties to President Trump's 2016 campaign had improperly accessed information from 50 million users. Wow. Mark appeared on CNN to address the situation. Here's what he said.
This was a major breach of trust, and I'm really sorry that this happened. You know, we have a basic responsibility to protect people's data, and if we can't do that, then we don't deserve to have the opportunity to serve people.
And this just in, a congressional committee has formally asked Zuckerberg to testify about this at his upcoming hearing.
And he said he'd be fine to testify.
Yeah.
He knew that was coming. He's apologized. This is from 2013, but it has been given a lot of your privacy. Something I just want our viewers to know: the loyalty in Silicon Valley is cracking. So Brian Acton, who was WhatsApp's founder, Facebook bought it for $19 billion. Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg made him a millionaire many times over. He himself has come forward today in the New York Times and said, this is negligent, this is bad. So even people from Facebook, people are the founding Facebook people, have been deleting. Hashtag delete Facebook has become a trending thing on Twitter.
But they still have your information though, right?
They still have your information, but it's, will I be able to give this, my information so freely and so well,
knowing what you are giving up, really having an idea of how much you're giving up.
Yeah, and the privacy base of that, but at the same time, Facebook is a free service. You do connect, so I just wanted to know where you guys felt about that.
Yeah, it's kind of the old thing. You know, there's no such thing as a free lunch. You know, I mean, you're paying somewhere.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, we're just days away from CBS's airing the interview with Stormy Daniels. There she is. In a segment set to air this Sunday, the adult film star talks with Anderson Cooper about the relationship she says she had with Mr. Trump in 26 and 27. They just released a teaser. Hold on to your hats.
Hey, nice to see you. Nice for doing this. Have a seat. I guess I'm not 100% sure on why you're doing this.
Cliffhanger.
I think they cut it off.
Can
we get the rest of the footage?
We're going to get the rest later on.
Somebody?
But, I mean,
Jeff,
really,
appointment viewing for you, of course.
Yeah, that's it. So, I mean, obviously, you guys know how I feel about this. I'm sick and tired of Stormy Daniels. There better be something in this interview. That's all I'm saying. If this is another Al Capone's vault, you guys are going to hear it from me on Monday.
Al Capone's vault. Oh, my.
Did I just age myself?
Thank you, Godfather.
Never go against your family. All right. What do you guys think about this series?
I think that she has major proof. I think Anderson Cooper himself wouldn't have done the interview if they didn't.
Is your DVR set?
My DVR is, yeah, and here's the thing. What is she going to say? She's going to tell her story, and she's going to talk about why cover-ups matter. And the way he handled that cover-up is the way he's going to handle other cover-ups. And if he's discrediting people and lying and paying about it, that tells you something about the president, what he does with cover-ups. I think it's important.
Yeah. Okay. I have very low expectations. I will say that. I'm not.
I think you're going to have a lot of proof.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
I'm with Kate on this one.
I don't care.
I'm with you on this one, too.
I've stood on that. It doesn't change. It certainly doesn't change the values of my stock. It doesn't change the value of whether or not I'm getting health care. It doesn't change if I'm unemployed or employed. It doesn't do anything that
So you don't care about the way that a president covers it. I agree with you. The sex doesn't really bother me. The cover-up bothers me because it shows me what uniquely this president would do in a cover-up. Does that not bother you at all?
It does not bother me,
okay.
No.
All right. We'll be talking about it, so stay tuned for that. And there is no extra clip, by the way.
That was it?
All right. This is what our country has come down to, actually. President Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden trading playground insults, threatening to beat each other up. Joe Biden started it. He started it. Check this out.
We were in high school. I'd take you guys to the gym and beat Well, I've been in a lot of locker rooms my whole life. I'm a pretty good athlete. Any guy who talked that way was usually the fattest, ugliest in the room.
That was a 70-year-old man saying that. And then another 70-year-old-ish man today responded, tweeting, quote, crazy Joe Biden is trying to act like a tough guy. He doesn't know me, but he would go down fast and hard, crying all the way. Don't threaten people, Joe. This is it. I mean, I'm laughing. It's embarrassing. I just got to tell you that.
Well, you're just now getting embarrassed, Jeff?
I'm starting to, yes.
Okay, well, I passed embarrassed. It was embarrassing in the beginning when I thought, why are we doing this in front of a company? And when I say company, that means everybody else in the world that isn't the U.S. Why are we showing ourselves this way? I'm so callous to it at this point, and the whole reason why is because of Trump. If that's where we're at, then I'm not going to get all upset with Joe Biden for just playing in the same pool we've all been drowning in.
I know, but there's something to be said about the Michelle, and I do kind of agree with you. I'm this is very Joe Biden, too. He's known as the gas guy. The guy's like, I'm from Delaware. I'm a homegrown.
In your 70s, though?
Yeah, that's what he's been like his whole life. But here, Michelle Obama always said, when they go low, we go high. At this point, Joe Biden went a little low. It's a little embarrassing. But I agree with Erica that it definitely started with Trump going low as low can go.
Joe started it on Tuesday.
The best way to lose a fight, hit below the belt.
Ooh. Oh, there you go.
Wow,
I like you guys with your sayings.
Yeah.
We're going to write down our best sayings. All right. The Winter Olympics may be over, but we can't stop talking about curling. What better man for a job than Al Jackson? He's got the trending story coming in hot.
Well, Jeff, you know I've done some curling before. So me and Tori, we'll try and I'll keep it for the lay people.
Yes, sir.
Curling is going Hollywood. That's right, kids. Matt Hamilton and his mustache won the gold medal for the U.S. men's curling. Now he's got an agent. He's got a deal that includes endorsement, personal appearances, and guest spots on TV shows and movies. The Olympian even has his own bobblehead. I'm a little jealous. So now anyone can order their own mini Matt Giant mustache. That's right. Now, DBL Nation, would you wear a Matt the Curler t-shirt? I know I would. I mean, but I'm a professional curler, so I don't know. Tori, talk to them about curling a little bit, because they look a little lost.
To be honest,
back to you guys.
It's above their head.
Okay. All right.
Sam, what's coming up on Daily Blast Live?
You're not a professional curler, Al. Hallmark announces its Christmas movie lineup. Yay! How well do you know their Christmas movies? Who starred in The Christmas Ornament? Danica McKellar or Kelly Martin? Answer still ahead. Plus, new video of the self-driving Uber crash. We won't show you the impact, but we do want to know, would your reflexes have been fast enough to stop? And Queen Latifah mourns the loss of her mother. Next, we read your comments about dealing with the loss of a parent.
Hi guys, we are here with the Kate, the only Kate. What's something you have? It's not crackers. It's like crumbs. It's not crumbs. It might be crumbs.
Goldfish crackers.
It might be goldfish crackers.
I love goldfish.
I know. So Kate and I have really found that we're two peas in a pod. She's just as weird as I am, guys. She's not this. She's not all put together like she plays it. She's weird just like me. Kate, what's
Am I even pulling it off at all?
No,
Oh,
no,
okay,
I'm kidding.
good.
You're amazing at it. Everyone thinks you are. Tell me about your favorite things that you loved about Daily Blast Live, or something you didn't like about Daily Blast Live.
Oh my
You
gosh.
can say Tori. You're leaving today.
No. I love all of the people because it's just been so much fun. But here's something else that I love: having an audience. Because normally, like when you're in a studio, it's you and your colleagues, and that's it. So it's fun to be able to have people
like actually
react
laughing
in real
stuff like
time.
that.
Yeah,
That's
right.
I was going to say, it's not much of
Sometimes they're like,
it's not much of
and
an
I'm like,
audience for the third hour.
That was hilarious. Hello, is anybody awake?
It's very hard because
This thing on.
it's true. The third hour, which Kate is on, we've gone through it live twice before, and to their own, not their own fault, but they've heard it. So it's like
nothing is plugged in.
Nothing. I think the cameras are not working. We don't think they're working.
Yeah, so that's why we look for, hopefully we get new stories in the third hour since we're live. We can do those stories. Then
Exactly.
people get a little more engaged.
A little more engaged.
Yeah.
Are you guys on? Are we on?
It's new for you guys. This is all inside baseball. You have
It is true.
It's the same for you. We're giving you the same quality show.
Up here. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Down there.
Just real quick, Chi-Town says, kudos and more to your show for calling radical white domestic terrorism.
Chi-Town?
Chi-Town.
I think you said
You said chai latte.
It's Chi-Town.
Shy, not shy.
I gotta be honest with something. I gotta be honest right now.
Hi.
I think I might have said chai.
You said chai. It's okay. My mother-in-law says chai too.
I think I said chai, and my husband's from
That's very
Chicago.
Starbucks of you.
Yeah.
I was thinking about chai latte. Well, I'm not gonna read the comment.
I totally ruined it. I'm sorry. Can I see?
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live, the only live show that covers trending stories live no matter where you're watching. Queen Latifah is mourning the loss of her mother, Rita Owens. The actress announced Owens' death yesterday, saying she battled a heart condition for several years. In a statement, Queen Latifah described Owens as gentle yet strong and sassy yet sweet. This got you, our fifth host, talking. Take it away, Jeff.
Thank you very much, Sam Shocker. This story definitely got us talking about our own moms, but we want to see what DBL Nation has to say, so let's get straight to your comments. Kate, kick it off.
Yeah, Tom on Facebook says, my mom passed last year and I miss her every single minute of every day. I reflect back and see how she genuinely loved me, and I am grateful and thankful that we had a strong relationship. Beautiful comment from Tom.
That's a great comment, yeah. I mean, I'm lucky enough to have both my parents, so I think, I don't know what it's going to be like, but I just want to appreciate every single day I still have them.
Well, it's
There's
tough.
my mom.
Yeah, it's tough.
Oh,
Yeah.
look at your mama. Well, Stephanie says, I was a caregiver for 6 years at an assisted living facility, and I attached myself to every single one. I grieve the loss of every single one. My heart goes out to Queen Latifah. And Stephanie, sorry if I get choked up, I'm also a caregiver for my mom, who's very, very ill with a disease, and me and my sister and my family. It's a different thing when you're a caregiver. There's my mom. Yeah, it's special when you have to be there and see her in times of horrible pain and hold space. So I hold space for all you out there that are watching, that are caregiving right now. It's just as hard to be part of that as a loss. So be compassionate with oneself.
Kate, I hope you don't mind me sharing this, but you are the only one on the panel who's lost a parent.
Yeah.
How does this resonate with you?
Well, I lost my dad probably about, I think it's 7 years this year, and it's tough for people. And you talk about taking care of a parent. My father was in hospice. He had pancreatic cancer.
Oh, my goodness.
And he was diagnosed at the beginning of January of 2011 and gone before the end of February. So it was very, very fast. But people in hospice are so wonderful, and they do such wonderful work with people who they know are coming in, and that's going to be it.
They're like saints. They're like
they really are.
angels. Yeah.
They were wonderful, wonderful people. But I know it's so tough for people. But I think one of the greatest things you can do is hear from other people who knew your parents as people. My dad was a teacher, and just so many people saying, your dad taught me how to make a steak. Your dad taught me how to make a martini. Your dad taught. There's my little mama.
Hi, Mom.
She's the best. So,
but you keep that memory alive. That somehow makes it easier. And grieving, just so you guys know, you can be curious and interesting. It doesn't have to be devastating. You can develop and learn more about grieving and not think you have to stop grieving right away.
They're still with us all the time.
Absolutely.
Thanks for sharing, Kate. And thank you, DBL Nation, for writing in. Make sure to join us on Facebook and YouTube Live. Pre-shows so we could read your comments on air. All right, the new cover of the Time magazine is spreading a powerful message. Ebony Steele has the story.
Yes, thank you, Jeff. Students from the Parkland school shooting will head to the March for Our Lives event this Saturday, and Time magazine is helping them spread their message. Jacqueline Corin, Alex Wind, Emma Gonzalez, Cameron Caskey, and David Hogg are all on the April cover of the magazine, stamped with the word enough. They're standing up to politicians, the NRA, and challenging the country to end gun violence. Later on in the show, a Parkland shooting victim's mom starts her own movement to keep our kids safe. Don't miss Erica's conversation with a mom who has turned her pain into power. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Ebony. Time is ticking before Toys R Us vanishes forever.
But not if you help raise $1 billion. We'll show you how. And give the gift of yourself. Next, Al Jackson sounds off on the Jumbo Lollipop, created to look just like you. What?
Talking, guys, really quick about when you get cake or any kind of food made to look like you.
What was it? Steel Magnolias, the armadillo.
Oh God, the
cake?
armadillo, and you cut it and it has red in it for the jelly. It looks like it was bleeding. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Would you get a bobblehead of yourself? I kind of want one.
I had an artist, if you're watching, thank you. They made your face out of ostrich eggs so that it was like Humpty Dumpty, and then they put your feet, like attached it, like your arms and your legs on the ostrich head. So you have like this big oversized head, and it sits on a pedestal.
That sounds like a weird trippy dream I had like 2 years ago. You know what I mean?
So I gave it to my mom, and then my mom was like, "Oh, thank you so much." And then she put it on a shelf, and it mysteriously fell off.
Mysterious. I was gonna say, you made your mom keep it.
No, what's
your mom's like, how long I gotta keep this thing
she's
here?
like terrified of it every night.
I did feel really bad.
My dad got, you're not allowed to give a lawyer a present in cash, like a reward. He did really well for him. So he gave him a gift, and a man came to paint him as an oil painting. And my dad's like this nerdy dude. He's like, I don't know what's going on. He painted him with a black collar, turtleneck, and a black blazer. And we put a little Post-it note, and we called him Father Jerry. And as soon as the guy left, we put it in the basement, because it's really weird.
Wow, what if he's watching?
No, who, the painter?
Yeah.
Oh, it was a lovely painting.
Very talented.
But it wasn't,
we put it right in the basement.
It didn't go with the decor of the house, having your dad just being like, like a huge oil painting of Jerry.
That seems like something you do if you have a very large estate that you're living in. If you're living in like a normal home, it just seems so weird to have a huge portrait of yourself.
And I would practice piano, and they'd put it right there, so he'd just be watching me practice.
Remember,
hello!
Remember in The Sopranos when Paulie did that painting of Tony like a general, and he got pissed at it? I don't know why. Do you know what I'm talking about? You guys know what I'm talking
thinking
about?
of the episode of King of Queens where Deacon and Kelly make the horrible painting commission of Carrie and Doug. And then Carrie and Doug, I don't know why I'm laughing.
They said a burglar, we had a robbery.
They staged a robbery, but the only thing that was stolen was the painting.
Yeah, it was funny. I love that stuff. Welcome back to DBL. It's time now for Al Sounds Off, when Al Jackson goes off on the wildest stories he can find. What's up, buddy?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good, man. Let's get into this.
All right.
Al, try and follow me here, okay?
All right.
Would you like to lick a lollipop of yourself licking a lollipop?
Oh, I don't know. Probably no. I don't know, Jeff, I'm loving this. You know, who knew that you could, make a body part and make it into a sucker? Have bachelorette parties figured this out yet? And Jeff, I would have this done on myself, but I'm too sweet already.
Ooh, I like
wait,
that.
Jeff, I think I hit that on the nose. All right, let's keep going.
But we got him. All right, South Carolina's, wow, you're getting good at that, Al.
Sir.
South Carolina's Boat Farm Treehouse may be the perfect place for your next romantic getaway. The $400 a night Airbnb just released a new promotion for its VIP members. Check it out.
VIPs will get access to our new fire pit and firewood from our farm. You're going to love making s'mores by your very own private campfire.
Yeah, you'll get the ultimate s'mores kit for 2. You'll get 2 Bolt Farm Collector's coffee mugs and also a Bolt Farm scented eco-friendly candle.
Have the time of your life in this one-of-a-kind space, and please come back as often as you'd like.
What are we waiting for?
Yeah, I know. Let's do this. I mean, finally, both you and your partner can wake up to morning. And it's the... It's a treehouse.
It's a treehouse.
Yeah,
I get it.
You know, I just don't like they're sponsored by a candle company. I mean, what, they couldn't find a chainsaw company to kick in some money? It's not a great idea, but you know what? I tried to stay there, but it's too noisy. You know, the Keebler elves are up partying all night. So I'm going to pass this one.
All
Let's go to the last
we've
one.
heard of beauty bars, but what about beauty beers? Let's check this out.
All right, now, Jeff, I'm just loving this. It's beer and glitter, my two favorite things that don't involve Mariah Carey's movie. Jeff, I just love the glitter beer because you know what? Guess what, buddy? Unicorns got to get drunk, too.
I hear you, buddy. Cheers.
Cheers to you, brother.
Look at our glitter beers.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. That's Al Sounds Off, everybody. We are live. Let's go to digital producer Brett Forrest with news at the moment.
We are just hours away from March Madness and the Sweet 16. Are the upsets over? Who knows? Keep your red pen handy just in case. The first game tips off at 7:07 Eastern Time with Nevada taking on Loyola Chicago. 98-year-old Sister Jean praying for another upset victory. Then we'll have Michigan against Texas A&M, Kentucky and Kansas State, and Gonzaga playing Florida State. This is not a Sweet 16 field anyone imagined, but we still have some top seeds playing. And right now, Villanova is favored for the title with Duke coming in closely behind.
Pulling for my boys, Loyola Chicago. Keep it going. Still ahead on Daily Blast Live, the special connection between a boy and his little cow, a friendship forged on the farm. Next in Heart Threads. And earlier we asked you who starred in the TV movie The Christmas Ornament. Answer, Kelly Martin. More Christmas movie trivia fun still ahead.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Oh, I'm going to get buffalo chicken wings tonight.
Oh, yeah!
From watching your piece.
So many people
I'm
wrote
hungry
that.
for it.
Yes, I can hear you.
I'm going to go out tonight, watch the
It
basketball.
smells
I love
really
it.
good. Are you sure it's from Loyola or Nevada?
Loyola.
Yeah.
I called it
Anthony
earlier in the
has them going all
show.
the way.
Rena, I called it
Does he really?
Chi-Town.
That would be
Chi-Town.
awesome. I mean, and you would win
very
everything.
embarrassed. I got very embarrassed. It was really bad. I belong over there. But people are writing in about people passing away and their hearts going out to Queen Latifah's mom. May they bless their family. Nicole Ashley Genovese says, my mom left when I was 2. My father raised me. I had limited interaction with her. My thoughts are with his family during the morning. It's amazing when someone passes, people come out of the woodwork to give support. And you wish that you could see that type of support on social media every day because it's an amazing thing to see. And when it's your birthday or when someone passes,
A tragedy.
A tragedy, you see the goodness in people, and I wish we saw that more every single day. So if you're a troll out there, I hope you're listening. Okay, gotta go.
That was weird, Tori.
Well, I think that
You just mic drop?
she was definitely talking to you.
You know who you are, John A. Troll.
John A. Troll.
John A. Troll.
Oh,
Are you going to miss this or what?
Yes, I am. I'm gonna miss you guys.
I know.
Are you here for?
Welcome back. In today's Heart Threads, James and his cow Georgia share a special bond, and together the two are an award-winning farm show team. You guys gotta watch this one.
This boy and this cow share a special bond. James and Georgia are an award-winning farm show team. James, who has dwarfism, was paralyzed at age 3 during a surgery, but he hasn't let that hold him back. He wanted to get involved with showing animals. And Georgia was a perfect fit. She also has dwarfism.
She understands me and she just walks with me and just love her so much.
Together, the two won first place in their very first show together. They plan to keep working their way to the top.
Some people may look at James and think he could never do that. But like I said, when James sets his mind to something, he's going to give it his all.
utterly adorable. Could you face a fine on the spot for sexual harassment? The proposal has you talking. Plus, new video of the self-driving Uber that hit a pedestrian. Would you have stopped in time? And Tiffany Haddish bringing down the house at a wedding will show you the hilarious speech. Stay tuned.
So the cow was my favorite Heartthreads. If you guys don't know, one of us will go into the voiceover booth and do a voiceover for the Heartthreads, and I tend to not read them before so I can actually feel it. And if you hear on the piece, I go, and he had dwarfism, and he wanted to show animals, and Georgia had dwarfism too! I like flipped out. I was experiencing it at the same time. It was so cute, and then Jeff said it was very moving.
I didn't say it, well I did say it, but I gave it to Tori because that's such a Tori joke.
You better take credit for that one.
Yeah, you should.
I witnessed the whole thing.
I did,
and I said,
that's such a Tori joke, and then you said...
It's utterly adorable, and I said, it's bovine with me.
Oh boy.
See what I mean? It's rubbing off.
It's one step too far. Even Chris is shaking his head. The camera, he's shake the camera. No,
you're a smart person. Why do I feel like I'm getting dumber the longer we spend together?
Who's the Speaker of the House?
President.
Who's the Speaker of the House?
I don't know.
Yes, you do. You are not getting dumber. You're getting smarter. I'm rubbing off in a good way.
Moving.
That's very funny. It's a cow joke.
Oh.
Any cow puns for you?
No, I was trying to think of one too.
I knew I could tell
think
your
of
head
one.
was
I'm like,
moving.
ugh.
I know. I think puns are a
noble pun.
A noble pun.
Yeah.
Rena's fired up.
No, Rena wants to go get buffalo wings. Why? You will find out in the next block.
Ooh.
Stay tuned.
Kate's from Buffalo and has a lot of... I was going to try to pun it there, like Buffalo knowledge.
I was
That was terrible.
She's from Buffalo and she has wings because she's kind of like Tinkerbell. She just comes
We're going way off now.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. I'm Jeff Schroeder, joined by Erica Cobb, Tori Shulman, and Kate Wells-Chauffeur. Kate, we're going to miss you, but today's your last day.
No, it's my last day. I'm sad.
All right.
Someone literally
Make
just
the
wrote
most
in,
of it.
I will miss Kate. Great job.
Oh, thank you.
All right, well, let's get to these top trending stories. Kate, we still got a half hour to fill. And we're getting our very first look at the dash cam footage on the deadly collision between a self-driving Uber and a pedestrian. And we want you to be the judge. Does this make you think differently about self-driving vehicles? And we do want to warn you guys, this video may be disturbing to viewers. Here we go. Here we see the car traveling at night, and there's the woman.
Lord.
49-year-old woman walking her bicycle across the lane.
I don't see it until the very
Right,
last
and this is
second.
slow motion. This is slow motion now, and it still seems like it just comes out. It's so fast.
Golly, it's so
fast.
dark, too.
Right, and now we have video of Uber's human backup driver. Her job is to take over if there's a problem, but her gaze seems to be distracted until the final moment, as you can see there.
Oh, she looks like she's on that phone. She really does.
It really does, and I mean, I don't know. It makes me think a little differently because I don't know if a human would have been able to react in time. I know coming from Santa Monica, I don't know why they do this in Santa Monica, but if there's a crosswalk, people just walk across and expect the cars to stop. And when I first moved there, I almost hit a couple people in the daylight paying attention. And I mean, luckily I stopped in time. But this person, unfortunately, there was no crosswalk, no stop sign, nothing. It just seems like that she came out of nowhere.
Well, in a crosswalk, at least you have the right of way as a pedestrian.
Right.
So theoretically, vehicles should be stopping for you.
And it's weird to see, and no disrespect to her, I'm so sorry for her and her family, but when you walk, if I'm walking across the street with a bicycle at night in a dark clothing and there's no lights, I'm going to be looking for cars. She seemed to not even be sort of aware, even at the last second.
Right.
So at this point, it seems like human error. Am I right here?
I mean, I think it could be human error on either side. It's hard for us to sit back and be like, this is what could have been done or could not have been done. I mean, even you're coming from Chicago as well, Jeff. Like, people will literally walk. It's the culture. You walk out into traffic,
but
and
not
people,
at night in the middle of that kind of a highway.
Tori, if you live long enough, you're going to see some things. Yes. People will just walk out and expect you to stop. So, you know, I think that this is something that they didn't think about when they designed these autonomous vehicles.
All right, unfortunate. All right, let's move on. A new proposal in France today has Americans talking. The president and the Minister of Gender Equality, yes, that's a real thing in France, are backing legislation that would fine people on the spot for sexual harassment. DBL Nation, what do you think? Should we have a similar law here in the United States?
I think it's great that France is addressing this so quickly. They're also moving, as you said earlier, the age of consent from 11 to 15. It's phenomenal. However, how does one enforce this? Where is the line?
That's my question. I don't understand that part of it.
It's so gray to say if someone's like touching me like that, if that's something, or if someone yells at me and it's something, and it has to do with your own objectivity and subjectivity, and it doesn't seem like this would be enforceable.
Well, if someone's yelling something gross at me in the street, what am I supposed to do? Stop and be like, excuse me, I just wanted to let you know that's going to be $150.
Yeah, I don't understand how that works.
It's up to $920. I don't know if it's going to be like a police officer monitoring this thing, but like we talk about sexual harassment, there's different levels to different people.
Right. It read to me like almost like a jaywalking thing. Like people do it all the time, but hopefully, like the millionth time you do it, you get busted for it.
Right.
So I understand what the point is, but I do think that it might be too gray of an area to enforce, because it's subjective. It's what's offensive to me as the woman, or is it what's offensive to the police officer?
Right. And could I just say something was offensive and it wasn't, and it can still be in trouble?
Yeah,
I like the message of it, but
Let's look at the viewers. No, they should go to court. 75%.
Strong.
All right.
So
the people have spoken.
Strong majority, people.
All right. Watch your mouth in France.
All right.
All right. We are live.
Wow,
look at you guys.
High school
Producer
French.
Calvina Wave with news at the moment.
Well, just days after Toys R Us said it would shut down its stores, the company's founder has died. Charles Lazarus was 94 years old. He started the company in 1948 and stayed with it until 1994, eventually selling off his shares. But right now there's a GoFundMe page to save the company he founded, and it's already raised $200 million. The campaign has some big investors hoping to raise $1 billion by Memorial Day with your help. If the money isn't raised in time, everyone will be refunded. Now, we'll post that link on our social pages.
And just little background here, like 2 people who are toy makers posted 200 million. So it wasn't like we all got together and posted this big thing. 2 main people are the main contributors to this 200 million. And I'm saying there are hungry children out there.
I hear you.
I mean, there is, as Al would say, there's Puerto Rico out there. There are people without water. I just don't get this at all.
Well, and the idea of the money being returned to the people who donated, it seems like there's another cause or some type of messaging behind this, because at the end of the day, the reason why Toys R Us is closing is because people aren't going to brick and mortar stores to purchase their toys. And as I read on Twitter, this one comment, and people thought that it was a little, you know, mean, but she's like, you know, most of you weren't Toys R Us kids because your mom and daddy couldn't afford to buy toys from Toys R Us. Right. And that's the truth. Yeah. Remember when I told you the whole story about me standing there waiting for a Cabbage Patch Kid doll?
Sad.
It was super sad. So yeah, I wanted to be a Toys R Us kid, but I was not.
I just think it's ironic that the company bankrupted and then the owner died. It's kind of
that is sad. But spend the money somewhere else where children they need clean water. Puerto Rico. There's a lot of other more worthy causes in my opinion.
Let's move on.
All right.
Comedian Tiffany Haddish, everyone likes her, right?
We love her.
Is going viral yet again for her hilarious and heartfelt speech at model Chanel Iman's wedding to New York Giants Sterling Shepard. Check this out.
I could see his soul. I looked into his eyeballs when you brought him to the comedy club. That's a good man. You grab him, you got him. You better worship the ground she walk on, because she got a gangster that got her back. Sorry, Pastor.
Star-studded over there. I saw Odell Beckham Jr. there. Our own Lauren Mack was at that wedding.
Well, that was her cousin.
That was her cousin, Sterling Shepard. Right.
First cousin, he's a football player, am I right?
Yes, for the New York Giants.
Yeah!
Yes.
The New York football Giants.
That was cool. Her son actually stood up to the wedding, so shout out to Lauren Mack. And
miss you, Lauren.
Cool. Yeah.
It's amazing.
You should watch the video if you haven't seen the wedding. It is beautiful. But Tiffany ends it saying that relationships that last the longest are the relationships where you have fun. You're going to have your ups ups and downs, but find time to have fun. And then I started bawling because I think that's so important.
Oh,
absolutely.
Erica, you turned that into a sad story.
No, it's not sad. It's like, you know, people stay together and it's like, why are you still together and you're so stinking miserable? Like, find someone that you can, like, live your life and find joy amongst each other. Like,
Preach.
why?
There we go. That's a happier note. All right. Speaking of happy, who doesn't like Hallmark movies, right?
I've never seen one.
All right. Well, you're going to love this next story then. Hallmark Channel just announced a record number of Christmas movies for 2018. 34 movies here at DBL. Our favorite holiday movie isn't Hallmark.
Oh, it's not?
Oh.
Guys, have you forgotten? It's a little movie I made called Wish for Christmas. Let's watch.
You're supposed to be helping people. It's Christmas.
We're not the bad guys.
I don't know how to undo what I've done.
You can't give someone else faith. You have to discover it.
But I don't have time for that.
You got to make time for that.
You got to make time for that.
You gotta make time, Pastor Paul.
There you go. Wish for Christmas. We're gonna all watch it, but it's not Christmas season. I don't want to get out of control.
Yeah, but
all
still.
right. But let's move on here because our guest co-host Kate Welshofer is a huge Hallmark Christmas movie fan. So let's play a little game, okay? I'm gonna give you a rundown of what the movie is, and you have to tell me if it's real or fake.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. Let me find the right card here and just talk amongst yourselves. Okay. Ready? Here we go.
Okay.
A very merry mix-up. You guys could play along too.
Okay.
A woman plans to meet her future in-laws at Christmas and ends up spending the holiday with another family and falling in love.
That's got to be a Hallmark movie for sure.
What do you say?
I feel like that's real.
Yeah.
It sounds like a Hallmark
2013.
Yeah.
It's real. There you go, Kate. 1 for 1.
A very merry mix-up.
Number 2, 3 wise friends. Jessica wants to get away from her crazy family, so she takes her bestie on a girls' getaway to Paris.
I'm going to say no.
I'm going to say no because you're comparing Friends to the Magi.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just going to go with no.
Okay, correct all around. No, that was fake. Okay.
The sound effect is heavy.
Number 3.
Wise friends.
All away in a stranger. That doesn't sound very Hallmarky.
Wait, is that the Stormy Daniels interview?
Dark.
Hold on, Jennifer is kidnapped on a Christmas Eve jog.
A jog?
And her family must find her before her Christmas Day wedding.
This better not be a Hallmark.
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, it's fake.
Yeah.
There we go. 3 for 3. You got it right.
Why are you in the stranger though? That's like
the
not
weird
right.
preposition was in the stranger.
That's not.
We could travel down a bad path here, so let's just move on. We're buzzing about this story. Nicole Richie is reportedly trying to split up her younger sister Sophia's romance with Scott Disick. Sophia is 19, Scott is 34, and Dad Lionel Richie, isn't exactly dancing on the ceiling about this. There we go. Same writer as the Away in a Stranger, by the way. There you go, Rory. About his daughter's much older boyfriend, he said, quote, "It's just a phase." What do you think, DBL Nation? Have you ever tried to break up a family member in a relationship? That's a tough spot.
Yeah. Not break up, but maybe give a little push, a little advice.
Nudge.
Like, well, him. You know,
Him? Question mark?
Yeah, question mark.
I gotta be honest. I dated some jockey guys, and my parents were like, "We really want you to be dating someone that is intellectually stimulating as yourself," and they were not shy about saying it.
Wow. So if you brought me home,
They would love you.
that was a pity pat.
You can't be a smart jock.
You can, but I wasn't picking those.
All right, let's check this out. Yes, it's necessary. 67% of you guys.
All right.
We got it. All right, now it's time for some feel-good stories of the day. Sam, you have all the videos that are making DBL Nation smile, right?
Of course I do. Go check your mailbox right now. Did you get an invite to the royal wedding? Tori, did you? Well, they just shipped to 600 lucky guests. Here's our first look. Kensington Palace just tweeted them out. They're classic gold on white with American ink printed on British paper. Aww, but you don't need an invite to watch on TV. We're getting our first look at John Legend and Sarah Bareilles in Jesus Christ Superstar live. Check it out.
I'm so excited to work with the entire cast. We already have such a talented group with Sarah Bareilles.
She has got the great voice.
You can catch it live April 1st on NBC just in time for Easter. And it's matchmaking time at the Chicago Zoo. 14-year-old Tellini is a female polar bear from Detroit. And guess what? She's single, but not for long. The zoo is playing Cupid, setting her up with a younger man, 8-year-old Siku. They're part of a species survival plan, so no pressure, guys. And coming up on Daily Blast Live, a two-man crew adventure perfect for March Madness as the guys search for the best buffalo wings outside Buffalo, and a mother's mission, how one woman is stepping up for kids after her daughter passed away in the Florida school shooting.
Right. Janie, you're killing me today. You're on a roll. Guess what she said about away in a strange.
We were dying right now this morning. We were absolutely
So you wrote it.
I was part of
major.
it.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
Anyway, Janie wrote, did Al write that last one?
Rory did.
Rory did. Rory's got it. She also
She's
helps.
very good at it.
Yes.
She is
had a lot.
Yes.
She spent a lot of time on that. Now, I was going to ask you, I asked Sam this, but I'd like to know the difference between, and you were, was that a Lifetime? The one you were
No, it's not.
Okay.
But I mean, it's very Lifetime-y.
Similar? Okay.
Yeah, or Hallmark Channel, I should say.
What's the difference between the Hallmark and the Lifetime channel? For all you out there, please write in.
I'll tell you
also,
what,
Kate is
I have a great answer for
this is good.
My sister Beth always says that Hallmark movies are Lifetime without the luminol.
Without the blood? If you guys don't know, luminol is what cops spray to see if the blood lights up. So you're saying there's gore and murder.
I always say that like where Hallmark movies end are where Lifetime movies begin.
It's
so always like
good.
everything is great,
hear
and
that?
then it
Yes.
just.
What was the one?
That's good.
Off the
now
rails.
I get it. So
Which,
I
by
would.
the way, a friend of mine was in a movie called Off the Rails on Lifetime.
Really? Yes. What a claim to fame.
So good.
I would rather watch a Lifetime.
Good story.
Or wait, what do you think I'd rather watch, Lifetime or Hallmark? Don't yawn behind me. It's very rude. Would you think I'd rather watch a Lifetime or Hallmark?
I don't know.
I like drama. And
Well, I
Probably
I feel
Lifetime then.
Okay.
This Christmas time, I was moving during Christmas. It snowed, so I couldn't go home.
So
So
what
I
you
was
did?
like living a Hallmark movie. I was like watching a Hallmark movie, like packing my stuff in a box. Like that
Wow.
was basically it. Yeah.
They should sell our movie to Hallmark.
Which movie? Oh, Your Bastard.
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
yeah, because it's super Hallmark.
Very.
It's about a girl who wishes it's wish for Christmas, so
What
she
if we-
wishes her faith away.
Get
and
on
then
it,
at the end-
Hallmark. Get in touch.
What if we don't have time? You gotta make time.
March Madness is in full swing, and that means more people are ordering chicken wings. Of course, our two-man crew, Jeff and Al, had to find some of the best wings in Denver, and they took a special guest with them. Check it out.
What's up, guys? Jeff and Al here, two-man crew with our newest Buffalo soldier, Kate Welshofer.
We're here at Fire on the Mountain, but Kate, why did you bring us here?
Well, I found out they have some of the best wings in Denver.
Really?
You guys need an education.
Before we get wings, what should we get?
Classic.
Just
Buffalo-style chicken.
Do you know what buffalo sauce is made of?
Yes.
What is it?
It's hot sauce and butter. It's really simple, really delicious.
So we're just gonna get wings with the side of ranch, right? What?
Blue cheese. Don't even. We're gonna pretend you didn't even say ranch.
Oh, maybe we should just
Don't
call
say
it an
ranch.
extra because I don't want to say any more.
Let's it.
I just.
It's AJ. AJ.
Look at this. So what do we have here? So we have our Jamaican jerk and our barbecue, and we have our traditional hot. Call this one the Hefe sauce or the boss sauce, and this one's the super hot.
Is this the ranch?
That's the ranch.
All right, just
yeah.
take that.
All right.
It's gotta go.
What in your mind makes a really good wing?
We use fresh, never frozen, and then the secondary label is really it's a sauce. We make all the sauce fresh daily.
Fresh.
I like that. All right, we got our beer, we got our wings. So what other fun buffalo wing facts do you know?
One fun fact is that in Buffalo, We just call them wings. So, you know, they were invented there, 1964, and it's a great story. There were people in a bar, they were hungry, they didn't really have anything to serve, so they were like, you know what, let's just whip up some fried chicken wings, roll them in some sauce, serve them. That was it. The rest is history.
Really?
Yeah, at the Anchor Bar in Buffalo.
Wow.
Kate, I would say thanks for visiting Daily Blast Live, but guess what? You're family now.
Oh, hey.
Cheers.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah.
Cheers, everybody.
Thanks for having me.
Right. There, you can take that back
Cheers.
with you to Buffalo, official member of the two-man crew.
I like that.
Top
I
of your resume.
I have a mini correction.
Oh.
So we had a picture there of the Tabasco, but really in Buffalo, it's all about Frank's Red Hot. That is the sauce.
Like tips.
So, but you know, if you're not from Buffalo, you might not know that.
She
so
eats
we're
wings with such
learning.
integrity.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm going to do the same.
Yeah, and mine were
Enjoy it.
vegan wings, by the way.
Oh, wow.
I have vegan
And
wings.
why?
Because, well, I gave up meat for Lent. Erica's just digging into it. So I had a vegan one, so I hope you don't think like I was.
No, I tried them. They
I wasn't
were
showing
good.
you Buffalo love.
Those
Nice.
those were good. I liked them too.
Been a lot of puns lately. I like it.
Tori's rubbing off on me.
I'm loving it.
Ryan Reynolds just tweeted out some very important information. Ebony Steele has all the details coming in hot.
Speaking of hot, those hot wings look good, Erica. Save me some. Attention Marvel fans. Ryan Reynolds just tweeted the new trailer for Deadpool 2. Ryan is back as his trademark character, Deadpool, also known as the Merc with a Mouth. This time he's forming his own super team called the X-Force. Take a look.
Woo! Oh, you're living the dreams, DP.
We're gonna form a super duper group. That's what we're gonna do.
Our group will be forward-thinking, gender-neutral. We will be known as X-Force.
Isn't that a little derivative?
You're absolutely right.
And that is why the man bun is just a millennial mullet.
Oh, God, I wish I finished college.
All right, our own Jeff and Kate watched the full trailer. Check out their reactions on the Daily Blast Live YouTube page. Back to you guys.
It looks very cool, very cool.
Very nice.
And check out that Facebook page with me and Kate. All right, coming up on Daily Blast Live.
Meet a mother who turned her sadness into solutions after her daughter was killed in the Florida school shooting. Her stepping up story is next, and you do not want to miss it.
Yeah, Bozo.
I just want to look this up. I don't want to be speaking out of turn here.
Do you want that?
No, I'm fine.
Grab it.
She really does.
There you go, girl.
No one saw that on national TV. Yes,
Hey, Brooke,
5 hours ago.
Hey, show Brooke. She produced that segment and all of our two-man crews.
Anna, good job.
Yeah, there's.
Woo!
See,
Go Wings.
We have fun on our shoots, right?
We do.
Don't you like when we make fun of you on the shoots?
It was great.
She's very
not
enthused
into it.
today about her job.
She's not into it. Frank Avrook, who played Bozo the Clown, died at 89 today.
Are you
He
gonna
calls
keep
me
talking with
Bozo.
buffalo sauce on your face?
I can't.
Poor Bozo.
I know.
But Cookie, I think, died a while back. I think I remember that. Yeah, right? So
Cookie the Clown?
Cookie was a sidekick.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Me either.
I didn't
That's
like
a Chicago
clowns.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Chicago, I told her yesterday, but on a Chicago dog, do you know what not to put on there?
Ketchup.
Which one?
I'm gonna go with ketchup.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. In
Yeah,
Chicago,
so
you don't do that.
They put everything else, like relish, celery salt, sport pepper, a pickle across,
I've never
mustard.
had a real Chicago dog.
You got-
They
I
look
mean-
so good.
Are they
I want
bigger
one.
than normal? Are they like a Dodger dog?
No, they're regular dogs, but they're
Okay.
fat dogs,
They're
you know?
fat.
And then it comes, the thing is, it's got like that green relish. The way they're dressed. Yeah,
The way they're dressed, is it like upscale?
What is the green relish? Is the green relish like pickle relish, like regular pickle relish?
Yeah, but it's like neon green.
I know, it's
So that's how you
really
gotta have like
bright.
that. With the pickle across, with the sports peppers, with the celery salt. That's the secret ingredient.
Celery salt.
Yep.
How fascinating.
Get your hands on a Chicago dog. I almost said Dodger dog because it fell off the tongue better. All right, it's the third hour. We're done.
Time
Time now for Stepping Up, our recognition of people stepping up to keep kids safe. Today, a mother pours her grief and pain into action after her daughter was killed trying to dodge bullets at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School.
14-year-old Alyssa Al-Hadaf was a gifted soccer player. The beloved student was in the first classroom the gunman entered. Alyssa was shot ducking behind her desk. The next day, Alyssa's mom, Lori, let out her raw grief and anguish, demanding change.
President Trump, you say, what can you do? You can stop the guns from getting into these children's hands. Put metal detectors at every entrance to the schools. What can you do? You can do a lot.
Lori is not waiting for change. She is the change. She has founded Make School Safe, a nonprofit determined to make schools safer.
Alyssa's mom, Lori Al-Hadaf, joins us now. Lori, thank you for joining us, and our deepest condolences to you and your family. You said that you don't want to turn away these troubled students. Now, this week, parents in Michigan turned in their son after learning his plans to shoot up his school. What would you say to those parents?
Thank you. At the end of the day, parents, we're the first line of defense. It starts with us, knowing what's going on in our kids' social media, knowing their friends, knowing the environment in their house. Are guns available for these kids? Can they access them? Parents have to be parents and let teachers be teachers and police officers be police officers.
Absolutely. Now, you're going to Washington for March for Our Lives. What does it mean to you to see Alyssa's classmates make such an impact in this movement?
I'm so proud of Alyssa's classmates. They are Alyssa's voice. They are fighting for Alyssa. And part of my nonprofit organization, I've established a dream team of kids. And these kids are going to be the voice. These kids are the ones that are going to get the job done.
Well, Lori, thank you so much to you, to your dream team. Lori Al-Hadaf, thank you for joining us today on Daily Blast Live.
Okay, thank you very much.
And we're rooting for you.
Oh.
We are live. Digital producer Brett Forrest with news at this moment.
President Trump has some advice for his younger self. Listen to what he said today.
What advice would you give to the 25-year-old Donald Trump knowing what you know today?
Don't run for president.
Trump made the remarks at a White House forum on millennials known as Generation Next. He went on to say that he got the greatest publicity until he ran for office. Whether the advice was serious or not, the audience clearly loved it.
Thanks, Brett.
Wow. I mean, they say comedy is truth plus time, to be super honest with you. And I wonder if this is an insight into how he really feels.
Yeah, and great interview, by the way.
Yeah, it was phenomenal, Erica.
Great.
Phenomenal.
We love your viral videos here at Daily Blast Live.
Like this one of two T-Rexes who decided to take over the gym. Who knew those little arms were so good for climbing?
I love those outfits.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
We have no moves?
We were not funny.
We have no movies. No.
We have no movies.
Nobody works on the sauce for us.
So,
They always work on it.
oh, are we on?
Let me.
Oh, hi. So, just responding to Trump's comment about do not run for president. I watch a lot of motivational videos when I work out in the morning, and one of the most common quotes that are always inserted is and it's from Donald Trump, and you can hear it in his voice, like, many of men have been destroyed trying to do something they know nothing about. And he goes on to say that he knows a lot of successful men who have allowed their egos to make them think that they are going to be successful in arenas that they aren't well versed in. And it is the most haunting thing because, I mean, whether you are a Trump supporter or not, you have to at least admit that he may not have been the most prepared as in terms of being president. So when he says that, I truly believe that he means that.
And did you notice, and I'm not trying to read into this at all, but the way he said it was, shut up. But it was, he couldn't finish that sentence. He knew the advice. He knew what he would have told himself. He laughed. There was a sense of relief. Don't run for president. You can tell when someone really sort of believes in that. And
you didn't read into that at all.
I don't think it was hard to read into. I think it was on the surface. He was letting us know.
I'm just kidding.
I think
it was very not Trump. It was very honest and open.
That's exactly
not guarded,
right.
You know what I mean?
You're right. Transparent and authentic and real. And you can tell when someone's being that way.
Right.
As opposed to like covering up something. So interesting.
I mean,
that was almost like when the Russian gets
and
cut
disconcerting.
In Rocky IV. Yeah. He's not a machine.
Not a machine.
Why did I use Schwarzenegger?
I don't know.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. I thought it was a great, funny show, but unfortunately we don't have any funny moments. We do have some comments, and I do want to say thank you for being with us this week, Kate.
Thanks
you
for
were wonderful.
You are amazing.
Yeah, you were terrific.
Kate, I have some comments actually for you. Isaac Banks says, DBL, Kate is doing a heck of a job. We love you so much. Sierra McKenzie says, Kate was fun to have this week. Great job, Kate. And Janie Wright says, I will miss Kate. Great job, Kate.
Thank
you. We will miss you as well. And if you ever need a place to go for 200, go to Buffalo.
Tori, bye everybody. Thanks, Kate. I'll see you tomorrow.
We don't have time.
Student.
Pay you guys for therapy.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Thursday, March 22nd, and we're the only live show that covers what you're talking about right now. Never before seen surveillance video of the Las Vegas gunman before the massacre. Every movement, every interaction caught on camera. Plus, your first look at Stormy Daniels' 60 Minutes appearance. How much damage could she really do? And could you be fined on the spot for sexual harassment? Let's get started. I'm going to toss it down to Sam Shocker.
Thank you so much, Erica. We are live. I'm here with Al Jackson, Jeff Schroeder, and Ebony Steele. Let's get right to it because we do have new surveillance video footage of the Las Vegas gunman. It's just been released. The New York Times published the video of the last 7 days of Stephen Paddock. It shows mundane tasks like checking in, gambling, eating sushi, and then here you see him buying snacks. It also shows how hotel staff unknowingly aided him, bringing in bag after bag after bag. Look at that, 21 in total to his suite. clearly building an arsenal, we know, preparing for that mass shooting, which we still don't even know the motive.
Absolutely. And I think when we saw this footage, one of the things that was most interesting and kind of scary to me is the fact that he went along with his normal daily activities. As a matter of fact, he drove, they saw him driving to his home in Mesquite, which is like an hour away from there, going back and forth. And I wonder, was he really just cool and calm and that kind of deranged and off? Or was this his plan to kind of keep moving around so that he would not be spotted? And to be totally exact, 21 bags to the 32nd floor over those 7 days, and he never let the stuff out of his sight. So was this calculated, or was he really just that calm and cool and collective?
You would. That's a great point, because you would think somebody would be withdrawn. Right. They wouldn't be interacting with the staff. They wouldn't be chatting it up, sitting and eating sushi. You would think they would be stuck in their room. And some people would even stereotypically think it would be a person of a specific color or wearing specific garb. And this footage shows it defies all of those stereotypes.
Right.
Yeah, well, they keep trying to like make this guy look like a normal guy. I mean,
normal?
I think what normal is normal does. And I mean, this guy was a high roller at this casino. The suite that he's staying in, one of my favorite comedians, Joe Rogan, has stayed in that. That's a $10,000 a night suite. There was nothing this guy was going to do to, I mean, he had the corner suite at the MGM. You know, this is a quote-unquote normal guy, and I think that's what we need to be worried about. Is I think we keep looking at stuff like this because we want him to do something crazy, to show up without a shirt on and shoes and say, I'm crazy, and start firing off guns like Yosemite Sam, and that's not what's happening. Right. These are people that look like the traditional non-shooters, which I don't know why that is, but this guy fits, he does fit a description, but a description that we don't like to associate with this kind of behavior.
Yeah. All right, we're going to move on because we are just days away from CBS airing the interview with Stormy Daniels, Jeff. Maybe you're going to get your evidence in a segment set to air this Sunday. The adult film star talks with Anderson Cooper about the relationship she says she had with Mr. Trump in 2006 and 2007. And guess what, everybody? DBL Nation, they just released a teaser. Let's take a look.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, nice to see you. Thanks for doing this. Have a seat. I guess I'm not 100% sure on why you're doing this.
Okay, that was the teaser.
That was it.
Yeah, that wasn't just our editing team giving us a little snippet. That was the entire teaser.
You know, I don't know a lot about production. I'm on TV, but I don't know a lot about production. But I would say that was not a great teaser.
Oh, we're talking about it.
We're talking about it because people, that's all they want to talk about is Stormy Daniels. We have no proof, no evidence, nothing hard to grasp onto.
$130,000 is evidence.
Al, I got you, Rad. I got you. But I'm saying, if nothing comes of this, just please go away till VH1 calls you for some reality show in 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Get out of here. If there's nothing on this interview that we keep popping up and that we keep talking about every single day, you guys have to agree, get out of here.
She had a non-disclosure agreement. That's why she wasn't able to give you the exact evidence that you're looking for prior. Now that her
or is there evidence? I'm starting to believe
Jeff, I want to ask you a question really quickly, because I got kind of mad at myself, because when I said, when we were going to this, I was like, Jeff, you're so mad. I said it kind of jokingly, but it does seem like you're upset, but I want to know what you're upset about. Are you more upset that you're tired of seeing the president attacked? Are you upset that our nation's affairs are focused on this? Or are you upset that you're being bothered with this without any hard evidence?
I'm kind of a combination of both, everything you said, Al, because I don't like that this person is getting this much attention without having anything. I don't care if it happened or not. Tell me it happened, that's great, give me the details, and then go away. You're in the news every single day telling the same story, which isn't even a story. It has nothing, I don't know the story because she hasn't said anything.
You'll have to watch the interview and find out if there's evidence.
I'm not watching.
I'll watch it for you.
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch it.
I'm there. I know we'll be talking about it.
Yes. Okay. Speaking of the president, though, it has come to this. President Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden trading playground insults, threatening to beat each other up. Joe Biden started it on Tuesday. Yes, he did. Take a look.
We were in high school. I'd take you kind of gym and beat up. Well, I've been in a lot of locker rooms my whole life. I'm a pretty good athlete. Any guy who talked that way was usually the fattest, ugliest in the room.
And then today, the president responded, tweeting, quote, "Crazy Joe Biden